hold on, I'm muted. Wait, nope, it came through. There we go.
Oh.
Hi, folks, we're back. I'm Greg with Shacknews, and with me today is Cody. Say hello, Cody.
Hello, yeah, I'm Cody. I'm one of the managers here at Sword and Board.
Yeah, we are opening a ton of Magic stuff today at our local gaming store, which is called the Sword and Board in Ucala, California. So shout out to Casey and Cody for taking their time and letting us use their space and their internet and their time. More importantly, we have a big show today. We have lots of Ravnica Remastered. We have lots of Ravnica Remastered, Murders of Karlov Manor. Karlov Manor. And if we get enough people in the chat, I will purchase out of my own pocket 2 Fallout booster packs that are the hype right now. So if we get enough people in the chat today, I'll do that before it ends. So please let me know if the audio is good today, and the music, let me know if that's too loud, and if we hear good. So first of all, I want to explain something. So this is the we were talking earlier, Cody. This is the fourth time we've been to Ravnica.
Yeah, with the murders. But yeah, this is a master set. So pretty much everything prior to the Karlov Manor, this will have Ravnica cards from there. So the good part, some of those unique things, they have the anime borderless cards you could potentially pull. And then they also, for people that do care for guild associations, they did some other cards that have never have the guild symbol on the text box part of it. So cards like Bastard Girl and Bruvik, those 2 cards finally got their little water symbol on the back of the card. So yeah, some cool things to look forward to in this set.
Yeah, and Ravnica was one of my favorite sets. Originally, my favorite thing was I call them dual lands, but I think they're bounce dual lands. So they're not quite tap either or, tap for 2. They come in tapped, and you return a land to your hand and they untap the next phase.
Yeah, those got some play in some modern decks too, during Amulet Titan decks. So the fact that you get 2 lands and also you get benefits for playing lands, so they have some fun synergies. Of course, Ravnica has been very popular, especially with the shock lands, which you have a chance to get in here too. And those things have been a mainstay in almost any format they've been pretty much in.
Now, for someone who's never I got into Magic at Time Spiral and I clocked out right around 10th edition. So I haven't played competitively in a while. No, but now they have draft boosters and play boosters. So what's the difference here?
So they officially even rotated out draft boosters. That's actually the last set to have a draft booster in it. They moved to play boosters now. Play boosters are going to be the new standard card thing. They're still going to keep collector boosters still. But pretty much there was a difference between set and draft. For me, from experience of selling things to people, it definitely confuses some of the newer player base. But the play booster now is going to have the marriage between both the front half of a draft booster where you get your so many commons and uncommons, and then they're going to have the latter half of the randomness that set boosters have, multiple rares, list cards and stuff like that. So this is kind of the last send-off to draft boosters here in the Remastered.
So they're getting rid of the draft boosters.
Yeah, so that's why if you look at this one, they're called a play booster now. Play boosters, and this is going to be play boosters, and the other thing's going to be collector boosters, which will be...
The hot ticket item is the collector boosters, right? And these are what the MSRP is $30. Or no, do they have MSRP on these?
No, it's Wizards of the Coast, so they got rid of that. They average around somewhere between $20 and $30. How popular the set is.
How rare it is, how limited it is. Yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah, but no, this set's going to be a lot of cool things. They're going to be looking for a lot of... pretty much you're going to try to aim for a lot of shock lands out of here. That's going to be your main thing.
So we'll start with these draft boosters. I want to thank Wizards of the Coast for sending me these for Shacknews, so we can open these and share them with you guys. Let's start. Why can I not open that? There we go. Yeah. This is a huge box.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge.
So you get to start playing on Arena, I think.
Oh, Magic the Gathering Arena. Yeah.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
I'm so used to just having 24 packs in a box.
Yeah, every other TCG has been going 24. It gets a little bit easier to ship. But yeah, the 36 packs is very much a Wizards of the Coast thing. I mean, Pokemon still continues to do 36 packs as well. So yeah.
Oh my God! I mean, 13-year-old me would, if we had these many Pokemon card packs as a kid, we would be freaking out. So we'll start with these. And they're saying, is it still 12 for a draft booster, or is it less or more?
For cards or
for cards?
Cards. So we have 15 for a draft, but moving forward it's 14. So because it used to be 12 for a set, 15 for a draft. They kind of met close to the 14. So it's still draftable and still playable on other limited formats.
So signets. Oh, here's like these are artifacts though.
Yeah,
Tap
so-
one and add either
Yeah.
or, right?
Yeah, and the thing you're going to be noticing
interesting.
is going to be your standard modern framing of cards, and you have your retro frame like that one.
And it has is that the
yeah,
Ravnica the retro Ravnica?
Yeah, and then there's going to be
Okay. Wow, these are I've seen these before. Like what are these? And that has a what,
oh, it's a symbol that means it's a rare. That's how it's a magic emblem. Also to make rares harder to fake, but generally, yeah. So these cards, you choose one side or the other to cast, so it has like a utility. Typically, neither side of them are mana efficient, but you get the benefit of having two cards essentially off one card.
yeah, with value. You talk about value in this game, a
Yeah,
lot, right?
yeah.
The value. Wait, did I do this wrong? Am I supposed to do like two in the front? And
I
then...
forget they constantly swapped how they do packs all the time. So these might be your rares up front because there's a difference between Japanese print and English print or other European prints. They like to sort their packs differently. So
that's uncommon, right?
yeah, uncommon. So we might have to do it in like a reverse order.
Oh, uncommon.
Yeah, that's really popular.
Another uncommon. Oh, it's three uncommons. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it should be I think 9 commons, 9 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare, then a land or something equivalent of, and I think this one's replaced with a retro frame. But yeah, all these cards are they definitely went through because it's getting with Murders Karlov Manor, it's gonna be the 4th revisiting to Ravnica. So there's also the only set to receive, I mean, outside of like Dominaria, the only set to receive full 3 set blocks. Because we have the Ravnica, Dissension, and then all those, and then we have the Return of Ravnica, that block up with the Dragon's Maze and all that stuff, and then recently with the Ravnica Allegiance and Guilds of Ravnica, and of course one of the big conclusive stories of War of the Spark, and that's where you're going to see a couple of the War of the Spark cards here. Finally, with again the guild symbols in the text box.
And like it's funny too because I remember Magic like similar to Pokemon, they have cards that do similar things. Like this one disembowels an older. I've seen an older card this where you pay one to do X damage, 1 point of damage for every mana you spend.
Yeah.
But it's called something else.
Yeah.
But they're all very similar.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool cards. Like I know if we like Skewer the Critics is a really good card.
Oh, rad.
Pretty much it's a fun thing that was introduced again in the last block of Ravnica. Very popular, got a lot of standard play during that time. But yeah, so you kind of
Probably should organize these by uncommon, right, and then common, right?
Yeah.
That's probably the. Now what's now in terms of like a value of a card, not monetarily, but for the card game itself. There's like standard, legacy, and then commander, right? And each of them have a different value based on what format they're played in, correct?
So yeah, there's for playabilities, standard, which also gets a lot of play on Magic Arena, and then you'll have Pioneer, which was one of the more premium formats they introduced with a few years, like 5-6 years ago. That's going to have pretty much from 2013 era cards to now. It's one of the more competitive formats. It's like people refer to it like a modern light. So there's standard, which gets played, Pioneer, then modern. Then of course you have your legacy and vintage. That gets a lot of competitive play. And Commander is its own beast in its own right. But yeah, there's a lot of cool cards.
Ravnica was a great set. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I have to figure out how to do the thing in this one.
Birds of Paradise.
This is a reprint. I remember this one. I've seen this one's a good one.
Birds of Paradise has been a reprint staple card for a lot of formats. So it gets a lot of modern play in certain decks. It's just a pretty simple 1 mana creature that has for anything, or referred to as a mana dork.
So flying and then out of any color you
mana,
want
yeah.
to.
So
So like
as
it's
long as-
protected by flying. It's a creature and it can do lots of different stuff.
Yeah, it's been a pretty standard card. Playcraft is really good uncommon. Kind of made a Fleshbag Marauder kind of fall a little bit, but it's a good card nonetheless.
I mean, my wife and I were really into Magic for a hot minute. Like we really were into it. We were part of when they introduced Planeswalkers for the first time. Like, that was a big deal, and how overpowered Jace was.
But yeah, back in the Lauren.
I think I had one and I traded it for some legacy cards before we knew. Oh, Drift of Phantasms. Oh, they reprinted a lot of Ravnica cards in here. Okay.
Yeah, and it's pretty much like the greatest hits of Ravnica.
Yeah, the transmute mechanic, all these stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey, a rat. I do have a rat deck. I do have
Burglar,
Legacy rat deck.
yeah, Burglar Rat's a fun card.
That's like Ravenous Rats. It's like There's a card called Ravenous Rats that does the same thing.
Yeah, there's also Pack Rats too. There's a chance to get some of the anime borderless cards are going to be. There's a really cool one. I really like the alternate art for that. Not that card, but it's another rat card. It's pretty fun.
I actually like the rats.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because like the debate for me has been like, why are spiders green? They should be black.
Yeah. Well, luckily, when Lord of the Rings, when they added Shelob to it,
She's black?
Yeah, she's black green, so
Good.
she gets a little best of both worlds.
And then in terms of like this is like the one random foil per pack you get basically.
Yeah. So you're not guaranteed to get a foil. So like you got the first pack you got, where I think your full slot would have been, you got a retro frame. But yeah, normally, yeah. Moving forward, the set booster had a guaranteed full in each one, and we're also going to notice in the play booster, it's also going to have a guaranteed full in each pack as well.
Okay, let's see how we here, take that pack and figure out how we have to do it so it's the last one so we have to build up.
If I just go like this, pretty much re-invert the pack entirely like this, it should be your rare should be in the back.
Okay.
Or in whatever, like retro frame. So we your commons.
Embrace. This art's so great. Their art in this card set is amazing.
Yeah.
I saw there was a guy, Shane, on your Facebook that said, "Please don't be boring on the stream," and I'm just like,
I'm trying not to.
no, it's like, I mean, like we're a boxy packs. You get what you get out of it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the excitement comes purely out of the packs, but yeah, we'll try to see if you get some of the big hits. Outside of again, the shock lance could be things you're looking for. Liliana the Dreadhorde Generals could be another popular card. Was a really strong powerhouse in Standard when she first came out.
Do they have the dual? No, I keep calling them dual lands. The bounce lands. Do they have the bounce lands in this set? Because I do like those cards.
I believe so. They might be. Because I know they did in another master set where they did the borderless ones, but I think the borderless cards in this set are going to be the anime ones. So they might have it. They might take like a land slot though.
This is actually an interesting card. Put target card from the graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library to like stop like resurrection decks. I know that was a big deal. Yeah, they put angels in discard. Like, nope, go to the bottom of your deck again.
Especially in the modern format and legacy format, reanimating is very prominent, and they have a lot of either dubbed graveyard hate. So
what?
What?
Flip a coin. If you win, take an extra turn.
Yep.
How is that?
I mean, for a 3-mana take extra card, it's pretty good. So there's cards you would run that in, like Krark, the Thumbless, and then also his Thumb that lets you flip 2 coins. So whenever you flip a coin, so you have a higher chance. And then with him as well, you're flipping coins on coins on coins. So you could potentially take 2 extra turns if you're really lucky.
Oh my god, that's insane.
And then that's gonna be your Skull Card's a good card too.
Oh, nice. Right, because with Magic, there's 2 different types of value. There's a valuable because it's rare, and then there's a valuable because it's good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's the 2 different types of how you break down something.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, like for example, if any Magic players in the chat, they would know like Lotus Petal, technically a common. It's also been over $10 for years now.
Okay, so they do have them, or these might be different ones. The other ones that I were you would tap for, you'd get both.
Yeah, so these are guild gates they introduced it in the second revisiting of Ravnica. Pretty much you have the gate land type, which is unique to it. They've done like things like deserts before and whatnot, spheres and other odds and ends. But the gates ones, there's a funny deck you could build in something. It's called the Maze's End deck. If you have 10 different named gates and you tap it, you just win the game.
But the odds are astronomical.
Yeah, but if you have your deck though, you can do it. There's some cool fun decks you can make, and that's kind of like I like the creativity, and it's always a goofy out you can do in most commander decks.
So how did you do this?
I just inverted the pack, so I turned it upside down and flipped everything over. So you can flip it that way too, if you want to.
Like this,
or you have to do the whole pack that way, essentially.
So like this.
You would do like I think one more card, and then the rare would be in the back. I think. Yeah, so that should be good. So yeah, you can have your uncommons, and you go to your commons. And
now, did they reprint Glyphs to the Unthinkable? Because I love that card.
I'm not entirely sure in this set. This is kind of like the greatest sets, like right there.
Glyphs was the greatest hits.
Yeah, yeah.
Who doesn't love a mill deck, right?
That's funny enough. You'll see a card that was originally only that's talk about mill. That's a mill card right there. You're allowed to run many of those in your
good
deck.
lord.
And then if you have, I think, 4 more, and you tap it, you mill like 13. And then there's a card in the site. If you get, he's was originally in a thing called a Jumpstart, which I later found out he's a character in the Ravnica universe. His name is Bruvik. His card is really good. It's whenever you would mill somebody, you mill twice as much. That's his whole point. That's all he does. He's very simple, very basic, but he's very efficient.
Can you play like is mill? It's considered a good strategy in Commander specifically.
It gets a little rough in Commander, primarily because people have a lot of cards dubbed Shuffle Titans. That'd be like your original Eldrazi minus Emrakul, and then you have things like a whole bunch of other cards that shuffle your graveyard back into your deck.
Oh, Boris Signa, I remember this card.
Yeah.
There, yeah, I remember these things.
Oh, you got Master Coolies in retro frame. That's pretty cool. Really popular demon. You can run. Essentially, he has to attack alone, but if he touches somebody, that puts him at 1 life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Then he's first strike, death touch. So even if you block him, unless something also has first strike, he's going to hit them before they hit him, and with the death touch ability, make sure they die before even combat. That's a mythic, yeah.
So that's the one. Like, are we guaranteed a mythic per box or no?
You're guaranteed to see so many of them.
Okay.
You should be, because it's a draft box. Draft boxes are usually going to see a rare or mythic foil in a box. With this being a special set with the board list cards, you're going to hopefully see 1 or 2 of the anime board list cards.
I remember Purify. Like I said, Ravnica is one of my favorite sets.
Yeah.
The original Ravnica.
Yeah. Again, I think you've seen this, but yeah. For example, like these 2 cards still get played today. This one more so. It's in a modern deck. But
So we said 4, right? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
yeah, it should cover anything, so you just start seeing commons.
Oh,
and,
5? 5. It's 5.
yeah.
5. Okay, we got this. They keep changing it.
Yeah.
I remember I called Alex at home once and I was like, "Hey Alex, how do I like do the pack thing?" And he was like, "Depends on what set." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh God."
Yeah, and it also gets difference between even like where it was printed in between like Amsterdam or Japan or America. They sort their packs differently and also get slightly different like quality control between them. But again, I think the more you envelop into Magic, you're going to be like finding the little nuances between each set.
Now I remember this card. They have a similar card like this where it's an enchantment that gets -2, -2, and then you lose 2 life. There are a lot of similar cards in this set.
Yeah.
2 arms, untappable creatures. Ooh, I remember this one. This one's a cool one.
Yeah, the Go Mages that have
Yeah.
you could pay red or black. Yeah. For later, maybe. Yeah.
No, someone want us to buy them now.
No. You just we held them aside and I put them just to like a table.
If we can get more interaction, like I'll be happy to buy some Fallout packs and do that stuff because I know people want to see that stuff.
Yeah.
Big World Giant Shield, like all the keywords, like it's really crazy. What's really crazy is that Commander, which was called EDH first, right? Like,
Yes.
What did EDH stand for?
Elder Dragon Highlander.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it used to be back then. Because weird thing in Magic, I think the last 5 years of Magic, over half of every legendary creature ever printed happened in the last 5 years. They've exploded in legendary creatures. But back then, Elder Dragons were things like Nicol Bolas, a whole bunch of one of those creatures. So yeah, more gates. Yeah,
Here's your game. That's cool art though.
Yeah, that's cool. A retro frame foil.
Ooh, Centaur Shaman. Service any number of target cards from their graveyard in the library. Okay, that's anti-mill. There you go.
Yeah. That's cool. A retro frame of Boreal Grazer.
And these ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Revival, return target 3 from to the battlefield with mana value though, so it's limited, and then you have double your life total. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's good value, right? It's good value.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of cool things.
Do you have favorite colors in Magic?
My favorite colors it would be known as Jund or red, black, green. I've been playing Jund since like pretty much the Lara block.
That's 3 colors. Isn't that risky when you do more than 2? Or
if you have money to throw at the game, it gets a little bit easier. But I've enjoyed it. I was really heavily playing a lot during the Lara block, so it became very prominent for me to play these multicolored cards, especially with the hybrid manas and everything. And of course, with the introduction with when they finished up the cycle of fetch lands, it became a little more easier. So modern the format I primarily play. It's easy mana fixing. And we're going to see a card, hopefully get lucky. One of the more popular cards in Murders of Karlov Manor makes color fixing very easy. Oh, that's good. You got a Water
There you
Grace.
go.
Water
There you
Grace is really popular.
Either or, yeah.
Yeah. Because it also counts as 2 land types, island and swamp. So talking about those fetch lands, Modern plays them a lot. You play like a thing called Polluted Delta. You pay 1 life, tap, sacrifice it. Search your deck for an island or a swamp. And that is both an island or a swamp.
Or swamp.
So you can fetch it and get it in play.
Those are my favorite colors too. So
Yeah.
blue, black, yeah.
Blue, black. That's also just a really good uncommon.
Oh, nice.
If you read it, it's kind of self-explanatory, but it's really good.
Oh yeah, just those global effects. Yeah. What's Riot? That's what I don't remember.
Riot. So Riot is when a creature enters, you either give it haste or put a 1/1 counter on it.
Ooh.
So it's 2 positives.
That value.
Yeah, fighting part. Wow, keep it.
Hey, we're going.
Yeah,
It's a good one. Planeswalker. All right.
Ripped the guy, but he served his thing in Magic's lore.
Now, can Planeswalker be commanders?
Some can. Notable ones would be Tevish and like Jessica from Commander Legends, and then you also have things like there's certain Omnixus and Fairy that have been Planeswalkers that could also be your commander.
Like, how do you know if it can be? Is it
It
like a
would
list?
state it. It would state
it
it
can
on
be
it.
commander
Yeah,
on it?
but
So this
usually on
one
the
can't
very
be.
bottom. But Domri Raid, he's fortunately lore-wise no longer in the game.
He got killed or assassinated or whatnot?
So my goofy thing I like about the different guilds, so in particularly with the Gruul, which he was a leader of, the Gruul guild constantly loses leaders a lot. He was for a small senate. Yeah. But yeah, that's cool. You got double, I think it was like double mythic.
Yeah, I got some. I got the land and I got the yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's a good pack.
Yeah, so far your box has not been bad. I think it's been pretty solid for just the few packs we've got through so far.
Clip that so I can get some of that and see if it does it. I might be too late to that, but our community manager's out right now, so it's just me.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I know plenty of friends that have tried streaming, and it's if you try to be efficient with it, it gets kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, it does. You really do need like a mod team practically to do that. Hey, Remand! Oh yeah, I remember Remand. Oh, people hated this card.
It still gets play. I know there's a modern deck I was looking at earlier today that runs some of those cards in it.
I gave away. I sold most of my Magic cards, but I kept 3 of my decks, and one of them is my mill deck, where I have like it's all countering and milling. That's all it does. So you don't get to play, and it's the most miserable deck in the world.
Yeah, there's a Storm deck I was looking at that uses it, so you're like pretty fun.
Was it like I keep thinking of the South Park Cock Magic episode.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, that is a very strong, accurate.
It really is. Yeah. Hey, blue black, more Strider. There you go. Those are my colors. Skeleton.
Yeah, does it say the Surveil? No.
Oh, so I'm guessing it says when it dies, return to your hands. I'm guessing like it's some weird thing you do to trigger things, right? It's the 3 cost that triggers stuff that when a creature dies or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because by itself, it doesn't seem like it's that interesting.
I mean, it's so good. Like it. The cool thing about Magic, they always try to reinterpret like a mechanic. Like for example, like all the God cards they've done before, they've found so many ways to try to make a God immortal. Like the most recent versions of gods in the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, when they die, they become a land, and then they come back to being a creature. You might see some in here, like the 4 gods, Bantu, Ronus, Ketra, and I'm blanking on the last one. But those things, like when they die, instead of dying, they go so far into your deck, and you can draw them out again. So they always try to reinvent the way to do things. So cards.
Last Grasp, I remember this one too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of fun cards.
This is 3 damage. It's basically 3 damage.
Yeah.
Like, if you need to get rid of something that's obnoxious. A Sewer Shambler zombie. No, yeah, I mean, I've sat with Hasbro Wizards about like when they did their Aztec set. I forget what it was called.
That's the Ixalan.
Yeah, excellent. Like the amount of work that team goes into making a story and crafting it into that world is like absurd.
Yes.
And like it's funny too because it's so much work. And I think all these players are just like, this is not a good card, not a good card, you know?
Yeah. And even more so because between like limited formats like Sealed and Draft, they also have to make sure each common and uncommon has its proper place. Because like in like constructed formats like Commander, Modern, Standard, whatever that may be, that's cool. Retro Frame Foil.
Void Slime.
Yeah, that card had a secret layer card that was kind of cool.
Counter Target Spell. Activated. Oh, so it's just like nothing. It can't do anything. Okay.
Yeah, so like somebody's like, I'm going to do the same. It's gonna When this creature enters, you mill half your deck. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to Void Slam that ability. Not the creature, but the ability. You can keep your 1/1 that does that, but yeah.
That we got Farseek. I remember when it wasn't Ravnica, I forget what said it was, but Extirpate came out. It was a very controversial card at the time.
Yeah.
And there were, I mean, I wasn't great at Magic, but I won a lot, and that card caused so much controversy.
Yeah.
I mean, because basically, like, how I would use it, like, at the time, Resurrection decks were really popular.
Yeah.
So they would, like, play something, get ready to return, like, an angel to the field, and I'd be like, hold on, get rid of that card in your graveyard.
Yeah.
And like, well, I get to still do it, right? No, you get rid of it first. Judge!
Judge, yeah. How many times? Yeah.
Yeah, it split second activates first.
Yes,
Even though I played the card, yeah.
Yeah, it seems you hold priority.
That's what it's supposed to do. That's the whole point of it, so I can stop you from doing the bullshit that you're doing.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting art. Human Ooze.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful one. That Simic, you'll find the weirdest creature typings. You might see a card called Hydroid Crasis on this. It's like Hydra Jellyfish. Forget the last one. Like Snake.
You're thinking about like all the people it takes to like draw all this art, you know, like how much and how many sets they do. 4 sets a year, right? Not including the crossovers and the universe.
For premier sets, which would be standard legal. Outside that, there's a lot. I think on average there's 28 commander decks that come out a year, and something like that. And there's some other weird things here and there.
Oh, fuck! Sorry, I had a rat deck, so I love all these rat cards coming back. That's really cool. Regenerate, like my wife hated that card. Regenerate. Nope.
Yeah. I know with if you like rats, there was some rat and mice synergies in the previous set from this, or 2 sets ago. No, previous one. It's Wild's Old Drain.
So the signets are good, right?
Yes,
like, those are very good.
People still play Commander. A lot of people play Commander. They even made a secret layer with all nothing but signets.
What's Evolve?
Evolve is when if you play a creature bigger than it, you can put a 1/1 counter on it. So that's why it's really poor Sadin. But if you play a 1/1, it has 1 power stronger than you put a 1/1 on it. Quasi Duplicate is also a fun card too.
Create a target. Oh god, this is one of those crazy ones. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Jumpstart. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding. Oh.
Yeah. So it's a token copy card, but you could cast it again.
But like so you could like copy something that's like cost 5 if you want or 6, right? That's why it's good value, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, Teysa. No, Teysa. An Orzhov chick.
Human advisor.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is Friday Night Magic here at the local store. Do you guys do drafts or Commander, or what do you guys do
have
every Friday night?
Our scheduled switches, so we try to accommodate to like as many different formats as possible. This one, because we're having a big Tiny Leader Reborn event tomorrow, so we're getting people the opportunity to start testing their decks against some of that competitive, more F&M style like tournament. So we're going to have that tonight to get people ready for tomorrow.
Right.
And that thing's going to run pretty long tomorrow. At least I think 5 rounds to catch top 8. First place gets a tropical island. Plus top 8 getting more prize support as well.
Was Ravnica the first set they did the split colors?
No.
Like originally, or?
No, because I know.
I'm testing your knowledge here. Sorry.
I know in Future Sight they had like Metamorphose and cards like that did stuff. I know in Lorwyn they also had split cards too. They've also done weird things where we like split generic cost 2 mana symbol. They've been reusing them more often now. That card's a fun card.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, Fear. Sacrifice, yeah.
It's a transmutability. It has
transmute, discard a card from your library card with the same mana value as this card, so 4. Okay, so shuffles your deck, yeah. Like Diabolical Tool, I know was a really good card for a long time. I think it still is, right?
Yeah, it's been up a bit. I mean, of course, Diabolic, and there's Demonic Tutor, which has been like a commander staple for years now, which is like, it fluctuates from like $30 to $40. That card's a fun card.
Goblin Agromancer?
It just makes things cheaper.
The retro thing.
Ooh! Talking about Teysa, there she is. There's an anime borderless card. If you notice, this card's pretty neat. In a draft pack, you should only see so many of them, so it's gonna be a cool draft pack pull. Teysa, I think it's the one that has sacrifice 3. Oh, that one, yeah, that makes a lot of little tokens.
Yeah, Ravnica Lock started the hybrid. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And thanks for hanging out. Hey, Squires, how you doing? If we get enough people in here and there's enough interest, I will spend my own money to buy 2 Fallout packs at the end of the stream. Because they're expensive, and I know people like that set. I think last time I was on with Derek, I think I pulled the, like, foil rare version of her.
Yeah, there's been multiple versions of her. Unfortunately, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody that hasn't kept up with the current lore of Ravnica or Magic in general. But yeah, she has a strong place in the Orzhov Guild.
You really like the lore. You like the story. That's kind of cool.
I mean, I've been buying and collecting not Pokemon and Magic for like 25, 26 years now. So I remember got really into the Kavus when those first came out, and I was really playing a lot. I would say it's still a fun card.
I feel like everybody at their life at one point has played a Magic the Gathering game on just once, at least once.
Yeah,
it's like it's the dominant card game.
Yeah.
It's been around. I want to say the longest, right? Like
This is gonna be the 31st year.
Wow.
Last year was the 30th. They made sure you knew it because on the side of every single box they put Magic 30.
the waltz. I'm like that with WoW. I'm really big on the lore.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. I know so many people that.
Oh, that's a cool gate. Yeah, there's that symbol. That you're right. You're talking about the guilds. Like that's the guild symbol.
The mirror symbol.
Yeah, that's right. That's a cool looking card though.
Oh, that's a cool card. I mean, again, that's a very playable card. Playcrafter. It's a fun card. Again, kind of like shoved out Flashback Marauder, but it is still a very fun card. And Farseek still both playable commander cards.
E-Ninja says he does know their magic.
Hey,
Or you know you.
Or Rigmus. I remember that card being controversial.
Nice. Is this would this be like a good commander card in that case? Or?
It's interesting. I know there was, in particular, a tournament where there was a Judge Carl on it that got very controversial, but now it's fun. If you know about the competitive scene, that card was a fun card, or could be fun. Yeah.
And she's playing Magic Arena right now. He's watching us. Yeah, but we have a full booster box of draft boosters. We have another box of Karlov. I'm going to say around Karlov Manor.
Yeah, Karlov.
Karlov Manor. Then we have 2 collection booster boxes that we're opening too. There's a lot to get through today. A lot. Let's see.
And of course, all this Ravnica theme. So
1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't seen any of the dual bounce lands though.
Yeah, so they might not be in it because again, I think they were printed in a previous master set, and they did them borderless.
They're just fun. I know mathematically it's the same as having a land, but my wife and I really enjoyed hitting them and bouncing them, having them tap for 2. It's just fun.
Trust me. Like again, an Amulet Titan decks that's really effective because you don't have to worry about the whole tap part of it.
Yeah.
So you can play them immediately.
Some of this art is just so gorgeous. Like I mean, they really it's these artists. Yeah. Underappreciated art champions of the thing.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. If you know enough people that have been playing Magic as long as I have, we all have our favorite things. You know, pretty sure if you've been playing Magic for enough, you know Richard King Ferguson. You know who Scott Fisher, Mark Teaton, Rob Alexander. All these guys are very popular artists, and of course they do stuff. And technically, in the Magic universe, there's Bob Ross art in the game. Very fun card. That got a lot of standard play time. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh, Ultimate Price. Mono-colored creature. That's interesting. That's what I do like about Black. Black has some weird cards like that.
My favorite thing about cards like that, so in Constructed or in Limited, they always have a kill spell that's really bad in Limited, but outside of it gets a little more play. So that one, this set's prominently multicolored spells. If you notice, most creatures are multicolored. So you have a kill spell that kills things that's monocolored, so it kind of doesn't fit as well. Like there's a card in Ixalan called Walk the Plank that killed target non-merfolk. This. And the set's
specific keywords.
And mainly most of the set was that, but that's kind of the fun part of having with Magic.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Alistair. Appreciate it, man. That's awesome. We're hoping to do more of this stuff in the future, so we have another one there.
I think, you went through this, Also, the good part, each guild in Ravnica has a very strong aesthetic. Rakdos is all about partying, like fun and gestures and stuff like that. Orzhov is all about shriek, pristineness and gold. They love their gold. Azorius is like all about law. Same thing. Oh, that card's fun. The whole Surveil mechanic.
Appreciate it. No, I mean, like my wife got, like the thing is that Nicole was very good at Magic, and she would always make these really cool theme decks, like Kithkin decks or Angel decks and stuff like that. And they would do And like on paper, you didn't think they did well, but I think they were so unique that no one ever experienced it. And she won like several tournaments thanks to like Dawn Charm.
Oh, awesome.
You know, like they bought her the one turn she needed to kill the other opponent when he was
yeah.
trying to do the infinite attack everything or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the words infinite tap came into mind. She's like, Dawn Charm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yep.
Next. You know, 5 damage to you because everything's tapped, right? So 5 damage.
Yeah.
Dawn Charm. Okay, 5 more damage. Ooh, global. The signets. Yeah, those signets are so. It seems like they're very valuable.
Retro frame. Quarter Calling, not bad. That still gets played, I think. I'm not sure it gets played much in Modern.
More of a commander card.
It's a fun card. It's just any card that you could tutor things out of your deck. Green's really good for that, getting creatures from your deck into play. That lets you convoke. It's a cool mechanic too. Lets you tap your creatures essentially for mana for the cost of the card. So,
Oh, Angels, Valkyries. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Like a card can be very, very cheap, and then it goes right. Like no one knows it could be an uncommon or something. Then someone uses it in a Grandmaster in a standard format or a commander format. It goes up to $30-40 a piece.
Oh yeah. I've experienced that, and of course, my favorite thing that I hear almost on a weekly occurrence, like, well, that card's that much now. I used to have a play set back then, or I used to have 4 of them, or this. Now
They do. It's just like a market. It's a real economy. It goes up and down.
There's
like
literally a commonly used website called literally MTG Stocks, and it tracks daily upticks, downticks, and weekly upticks and downticks.
I liked Guildmage. I used to use him. I like that card. Another Night Spire.
I think we went through all these. Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing it wrong again. It's hard to gauge.
Yeah, it's the problem is like.
Well, proxy. You can always proxy too.
Yes.
Oh yes, sir. Like, you guys allow proxies in certain tournaments here, right?
Yeah.
Certain events.
Yeah. Certain events, typically not WPN related events, because we have to make sure the Wizards of the Coast doesn't get too upset at us. But you know, we always want to make sure because they keep giving us support stuff for like prize supports and everything. So we always want to make sure everything's properly ran.
Trying to organize some of oh, my wife used Lightning Hex.
That card still gets played in Modern.
So
Red,
good.
Red, Burn.
Good
it's
card.
So fun.
So like, would you say that like Commander's the most popular format right now in the game?
It became pretty much the most popular format, I think, let's say, as of like 4 or 5 years ago.
And what's a close second?
A close second, probably because like as one of the persons in was playing Arena. So Arena is like standard, but most people that play standard play on Arena. But when you start getting like the competitive events, they do seasonal things. So it matters what season it is. If it's Modern, you see more Modern decks get more play. That's cool. Cool, rare.
Ghost Ray. Exile target creature you control. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of their next turn. So, So is this something you could like do to like prevent like a Wrath of God or a board wipe, or to trigger an ability to come back in?
Triggered ability. So that terminology is usually referred to as a blink mechanic. So you're blinking your creatures. So you exile them, do that. That's cool.
That is a cool. Nice
I like the Guildgate.
Oh, that is There's good the art in this is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful sets. Ooh, sorcery, exile target. All right, I've seen some of this stuff. Do you remember the time counters and time spell? That was so wonky.
Yeah,
I remember that.
They also what was it in one of the Doctor Who sets? The set was like based around suspend counters and everything.
Oh yeah,
so,
very
yeah,
time
so,
spiral.
yeah, so,
Yeah. Angels and Valkyries.
Yeah. I mean, no, yeah. If you like Angels and Valkyries, I know when Call Time that came out like 2001, I believe, or into 2020, or 2021. They had so many angels and stuff like that. I love the art of that card.
Plant zombie. Cool tagging too. 2 keywords. Sprouting revival. Renewal, excuse me.
Yeah.
Repeal. Hold on.
Yeah. It's a good card.
I think Alex was talking about some kind of common that is actually worth a lot because it's just a good common, like it's a $3 or $4 common.
Yeah, there's a lot of those cards. I mean, technically, a demonic tutor is originally printed as an uncommon. Same thing, Soul Ring uncommon and stuff like that. That's
cool. Merfolk Wizard. So she can't be a commander because it doesn't say here, right? Doesn't say.
No, you could be. So commander, the limitations. So planeswalkers could be commanders because they're technically legendary permanent, but they're not a legendary creature. Legendary creatures, reading the super types, legendary creatures, any legendary creature minus the banned ones could be your commander. So yeah, she could be your commander. Kind of demanding on the mana, but you know, not bad.
Another stab one. So we got Siege of Towers, and then we went through it again. So like Arena, he got 12 straight wins in Arena. So Arena I remember when Arena launched, it was rough because you couldn't control what lands you wanted to tap.
Yeah.
I remember that was rough, but I think they've improved it a lot since then, and I think they've actually grown it a lot. Like you said, it's more of a standard format now. Arena
Yeah,
is more than
there's some people that they do like I think it's called Explorer. Where I haven't really played that much Arena, unfortunately. Mainly because I constantly with a lot of paper cards every day.
It's also tough with the digital card game because
Yeah.
you can act on your opponent's turn, and like tapping certain cards matters. It's not like Pokemon, where like the energy is energy, it doesn't matter how you use it. But this one, you can get really complicated really quickly.
Yes, and especially I mean Magic Arena is probably leagues above Magic Online, but Magic Online was also like now almost a 25-year-old program, so it's very archaic comparatively.
We used to use that it was a tabletop simulator to play online with people, and it was like an honor system, right? You had to
Yeah,
it was kind of
I know
cool.
there's websites like Cockatrice and stuff like that also do it.
We got him. Flash, I remember Flash. Haven't seen Glimpse yet, but we haven't gone really through the whole box
This
yet.
set is, I think if you only see look at the cards, on the bottom you get.
Another Signet.
I'm trying to see if any of these cards say it. But some used to say the set numbers, but for the fact that this is number 226 in the set, and I think I've seen like a 300, there's probably over like 300 cards in the set.
Oh my god, it's a lot of cards.
Again, it's like, Bar must have enraged again? Yeah.
Yeah, we pulled 2 of them so far.
Yeah.
Silent Dart deals 3 damage. Okay, so like in your pocket for 1 though, it's pretty good, but it costs 4 to activate it. Human Cleric.
Another
Wizard
Round
of the
Wild.
Wilds.
That's a good card. I think you've already went through everything. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun cards on the set. I think if you like the multicolored idea, then this set just loaded with it, and it's really easy to go with a whole bunch of other fun color combinations.
And like repping your favorite colors too is a big deal.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. I think my favorite guild in this could be Rakdos. Kind of feeds into that my favorite 3-color combination, which I also like. Golgari, which is the green-black one too.
Okay, we're starting to see a lot. Now the more commons, I'm starting to more recognize some of
We're
them.
going to start seeing a lot more things.
Another Yellgate.
Ooh, Span Explode. There was at one point when that card came out, there was a standard infinite combo you could do with a guy called Ral Storm Conduit. So you just keep you're casting the card, copying itself indefinitely. Each time you copied it, Ral would do 1 damage to your opponent. So like Ral combo, shoot you for 100. That card's also fun for Mystic.
Flash.
Yeah, it's like pretty much a counterspell on a creature. That card still gets played to this day. Dreadbore. It's a
do for 2 and just
sorcery kills
dead.
target creature. Yeah,
Wow, that's really
The only
good.
restriction is the speed of it.
And also red too. I think red is not. I mean, red's a good color, but I don't think it's red. I don't know if red black get played very often. I had a land destruction deck for a while. Did not work out very well.
Your red black and like Pioneer gets a lot of play, but again, all this comes with like what matters. My favorite thing about Magic and the various amounts of formats is that no card is in particularly a bad card. For example, if you just love commons, there's a format called Pauper. It's commons only. It's also probably the most regulated banned and unbanned format in Magic. But the game is, it's really fun.
I think that's the cool thing about Magic is there's multiple ways to play. I think that's the big plus, right? Like your Lorcana or Pokemon, there's only one mode you can play, right? Only one.
Or if you ask certain Lorcana players, the Porcana. Have you heard about that?
No, what's Porcana?
It's I think it's only commons and uncommons. So you're not allowed to run no rares, super rares, or legendary.
Oh, remember compulsive research? Yeah. Totally lost.
Oh,
ooh, yeah. That's wow. That is 5 though. Good lord.
Yeah, but it's I think any permanent.
You gain turn, except it's non-land, I think.
Yeah. Or non-land. So like be Planeswalker, Chairman, so on and so forth.
Squire, Act of Treason.
Which is a fun card.
Dude, cool. Snake Elf Druid.
Yeah, no, Simic,
yes, please.
They have a lot of creature types. They try to. The whole point is about mutation. So each guild you'll see a certain theme between each guild.
Haunt. Oh, that's right. When this creature dies, exile it haunting target creature.
Yeah, it's like kind of a weird take on like almost like enchantments, but not really. It kind of has that aura enchantment feel to it, but not.
I remember when there was, I mean, like, I think they're more common now, but back when I was playing it, like, there were certain tokens that were worth mega bucks. 'Cause they were just so rare to find.
There's some to this day that are pretty low printed. The ones coming to mind would be Coma's Coils. Those are worth a couple dollars. And then there's this very infamous card called Fable the Mirror Breaker. It makes a specific type of token. That token averages around $10 for that, just the basic token.
I think I had spent like $50 on rat tokens because there were ones I specifically wanted that were really rare. But oh my god, value. We talk about these cards.
Yeah,
Options, value.
Yeah, and I forget how it's worded, but there's used to be, because they've done multiple split cards. Some you're supposed to read them in a certain way too. Like I know in Amaket you would read it. And you put the word in between, it's be dead and gone. So they kind of make like a phrase. So most of the cards are single words. So there's a lot of goofy things. Like they definitely, each little intricate detail about Magic cards, sometimes they go very strong details into it.
Remember, slivers were a big thing for a hot minute.
Yeah.
I think they still are.
They're probably, it's a fun tribal deck. You could kind of build any way you really want to, and they kind of explode. The hardest part about playing against a sliver deck is knowing what they're out for their deck is, like what slivers are going to put together to make this infinite combo engine, which is very common.
One of my friends, Evan, has spent a dumb amount of money on a sliver deck.
Oh,
like
yeah.
You're talking like tens of thousands, because that's probably worth 10, 15 grand. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like I know if he bought that all at once, but at one point, you know, all the cards
Oh
combined.
yeah, if you get all the good cards, especially getting foil, like and some of them don't even come foil, like Sliver Queen, which is a reserve list card. Yeah, there's a lot of value behind stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I just that you got an inheritance. Like the picture and the name of the card was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Nice dragon. That's beautiful art. Ooh,
Retro frame.
that's cool too. Oh, more value.
Yep.
Those are cool cards. Remember, vampire decks were a thing for a while. Merfolk were a thing for a while.
They are currently still a thing right now because the set before this was a big Merfolk injection and vampire. Like there's so many good cards that came out. I think one of the well-performing Pioneer decks is actually a vampire deck that's been taking like going undefeated in certain tournaments.
I'm usually bad at games because I do themes that just don't work. You know, like rats or something. I want to do rats and spiders, but I couldn't find any rats or spiders that were black. Oh, Muddled Mixture. I use this all the time too.
Yes, that card.
People hate this card.
Yeah. That's a card we kind of go in and out of having in stock.
Right.
It matters what blue decks are being made at the time.
I made a land destruction deck once, and boy did I piss someone off. Like, 'cause they were running a 4-color deck, and I just picked one color.
Yep, yeah.
He was so mad.
You'll definitely hear people say lands are sacred, and those people will, if you look at the lands the wrong way, they'll probably get upset.
Or like even when you hollow common, even when you do like a counter spell, like I've got some knowledge to play.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Another anime, Life of the Lone.
Beautiful.
That's a really good card.
Beautiful card.
I know some people run that in Legacy. It's a Legacy playable card.
Dredge, that means you like mill 3, or how does that work?
So
I forget what it is, right?
you replace your draw. Anytime you withdraw, you may replace it with Dredge 3, which you would mill yourself whatever the number is.
Okay, right.
And so...
Instead of paying the cost, right?
It just goes back to your hands. You
wow.
Kind of almost like draw it from your graveyard.
Beautiful card, though. Beautiful art.
Yeah.
We're almost halfway through. It's a lot of packs. They give. They can't say they can't give you value. What's a box for draft boosters run normally?
Draft boosters. This was like a premium set because there's some higher cards in it, but I think the packs were like roughly $5. So.
So on average with other card games.
You'll see like it was like around somewhere between 120, 140.
That's normal for a card. Like I would spend like 125, 130 for like a box of cards. You know, regardless.
Yeah, it all varies on what set it is in particular. Like I know this summer we're getting Modern Horizons 3, which is if it keeps with the track record for the previous 2 Modern Horizon sets, it's gonna be very impactful to the Magic formats.
I had these. Signets were very good. Ooh, I'll take a foil.
No.
Illusion Bracers. Oh, artifact. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun card. It lets you copy triggered abilities, I believe.
Oh, great. Yeah. That can get crazy really quickly.
So you have a card like, oh, when this creature attacks, sacrifice something. Oh, why don't you do it twice?
I think I'll do it twice. Yeah, I'll do it twice.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Mine? Yeah. It's all goofy.
They only have one booster design though for the packs. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't really
Yeah,
need
they
the...
no longer do the multi-image ones because people believe like superstition, like no, it has to
I
be
do.
this one has it. I mean, that kind of happens like with like Lorcana and stuff like that too.
I mean, I think as a kids we were like that too. No,
Oh, yeah.
that's the good pack.
Yeah.
Charizard, the Charizard Pokemon pack,
Yeah.
guaranteed the Charizard.
Yeah, I'm like, I wish it was that.
Oh, Blade Juggler. You haven't seen? Okay, I'm starting to see that. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the rats and put them aside because I do
Yeah.
like the rats.
Goblin.
Goblins. Nice guild hall again. Ooh.
That's cool.
Legendary creature, elf warrior. Other green creatures you can control. So what dictates a good commander? Like, is it versatility? Is it like how many abilities they have?
It
Or
matters. So if it matters, so there's this kind of contentious thing in Magic right now. It's either you're talking about Commander or CEDH. CEDH has been about maximum value. It's been pretty much you take the idea of like the efficiency of Legacy Vintage, and you kind of shove it in a 100-card format. If you're looking for CEDH like playable cards, cheap, low-cost cards that have really high impact value, those are going to be like the things that are going to be really pushing playability. Also, you're looking for a card that has a lot of good, by itself is a good engine. So you could say like, if you're doing a tribal deck, if a card says whenever you play, like for example, Ren and Siri, it's a cat dog deck. Whenever you play cat, you make a dog token. Whenever you play dog, you get a cat token. So if you like cats and dogs, that's gonna be like the best option for you.
there's another remand. So you said that card goes in and out a lot.
Yeah, and again, like you said, you were enjoying Mill. The
I
card
do enjoy Bill.
for the character Bruvik, when you finally, if you hopefully get one, making mana doubling is really good because not the
Neelix.
mana doubling, I mean
Good
meal
card.
doubling. It's gonna be very efficient. So if you sometimes the more boring the card is and how efficient it works, sometimes the better too. It just all matters, but you're also what play group you're playing.
And your
with.
commander has to be legendary, right? It
Yes.
can't be just
Yeah,
a creature,
legendary.
right?
Yeah.
Elf Knight, here we go. Another gate. Ooh,
The foil,
the foil.
probably retro frame, metal or
Compulsive research.
compulsive research. That's a good one. Hey, Lily on the Dreadhorde General. That's one of
nice.
the cards that's such a good one. It's like a $15, $20 card. It fluctuates. I know.
Good
there's-
commander. Can't she be? Wait, so does it say she can be a commander?
No, she can't. There's a format called
okay.
Oathbreaker. Some people play. It's a fan-made one where the whole point of it is that you have to have a planeswalker as your
As
leader.
a commander. That would make
Yeah.
sense, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense lore-wise, I guess.
Yeah, no, that card's a really strong card. It has a static ability though. So whenever a creature dies, you, I think you draw a card.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's yours or your opponent's. That's why it's also a 6-drop planeswalker. But the thing is, there's a infamous card here. If you get the back when that card originally got printed, if you got the Japanese pack, and you got the foil version, that card hit up to like $5,000. If the base Japanese version, I think it's like close to 100.
Devouring Light. We've seen that. Artificial scarcity.
Yes. Because you're only going to get them specifically at the Japanese printed packs. Yeah.
Oh my God, there's so many here. So it's 6. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Getting just a little preview.
It's the 6, yeah, because it's the it's because that's the last uncommon. Then you go to here, open the gates, start to see a lot of these other ones we've seen before. Leapfrog, Blind Hunter, Death Bard. Oh, Death Touch, yeah, that's a good one too. Burning Prophet, Call the Conclave. Then we have the Spirit. Then we have another Guild Gates. Ooh,
That
Krakenly
card's fun.
Drake.
It got some standard play at the time. Pretty much you were doing a deck that cast a lot of instants and sorceries, and its power got really big sometimes.
Symbol the Legion.
I think it makes a token there in your upkeep, I
Yeah.
think. For like each like armory counter or assembly thing. So essentially, turn 1 you make 1, and the next turn you make 2, and so on and so forth. But I think it's that one. You keep
Red and
putting-
white. So you could play this with the Caesar command deck maybe with
Yeah.
in the Fallout stuff. Oh yeah, I remember this guy too. Yeah, when Muslim Turkey enters the battlefield, return target card and opponent's choice to the graveyard. From your graveyard to your hand. All right. Yeah. We have Fungal Rebirth, True Fire Captain, and we win a round.
Yep.
Here's the question, Scott.
Have you ever had? What's the biggest argument you've had since you've worked here about Magic related?
Oh, there was we had a talking about the CDH format. We had somebody trying to tell me that it was like cut top 8. They're trying to use a card called Lion's Eye Diamond, or LED for short, and they're trying to explain to me how uh, they read an article 5 years ago that had this thing where they could interact with the mana, and it also brought us this very fun thing. So there's an official Rollings website called The Gatherer, and for that card specifically, on the bottom of it, it says for the Rollings, like it doesn't work as a mana source, blah blah blah. And the last sentence on it said it gets kind of weird and stuff. That was like the official ruling on it. I was like,
It's kind of weird and
stuff. I was like, okay, cool, all right, that doesn't help my situation. But no, it was eventually we had to, I was kind of judging it, so I had to kind of get the rules question, like the final answer. Like, unfortunately, can't find any conclusive things about it. And but yeah, it was some people, they get a line they want to run in their head. This, and this equals this. But if somebody interjects anything into it, it kind of throws it off.
6-minute abs, 7-minute abs.
Yes. Yeah.
They lose it.
Yeah. So
this card was good for a hot minute. I remember, I don't know if it's still good now in Commander. Probably not.
Copy enchantments. So if you run enchantment decks to get a copy of an additional enchantment, it's pretty good.
I feel like with Commander that since you're only limited one per card, there's a lot of cards that you want 4 of, but you can't run it in Commander because that's not how it works.
Oh yeah, copies are. Some are pretty good, and then some decks are based around just copying things, like a Sakashima deck. It's all about copying.
Oh yeah, people love that's the thing about Magic. It's not. I don't know. Would you say Magic's more complicated, or I think Yu-Gi-Oh is more complicated.
Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not as complicated because again, talking about that one line you're trying to run, and luckily Yu-Gi-Oh does a lot of reprints. Like they'll inject new cards to the existing formats. But a lot of it's mainly reprints. And half the reason why it's complicated per se is half the card is a clause why you can't play another card, essentially. So it's more of a lockouts why it gets kind of complicated. But usually if you streamline your deck pretty linear, it should function pretty relatively simply. You just have to read the card. So it's like your card will say, can do this, but you can't play this, or this. Like, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm not playing those 8 things. So that's where it gets complicated. But Magic makes those things more complicated because people are just adding more and more onto it.
We talk about value, pay 1, draw cards. No matter what you're shifting through your deck, and you get Flash with the next search. But Flash is not split second though, right?
No, split second. The only thing you could do to split second, that's cool, Aurelia.
Talking about Angels.
Yeah, Angels. Yeah.
Sorry, you're talking about Flash.
Oh, so Flash means you could cast typically a non-instant speed or non-instant spell at instant speed. Split second means nothing could be responded to it.
Right.
So the only thing you could do,
it goes to the front of the stack, right?
Yeah, and it cuts it off. And essentially the only thing you could do in response to that is tap things for mana, because mana is the fastest thing. Again, it's weird saying fast and speed, but there's no technical speed. It's just who holds priority. But no, really, it's good. It's a mythic from the set.
She a good commander or eh?
It matters how you build her. There's again for Angels decks, it kind of gets pretty widespread on how you build
There are a
her.
lot of Angel keywords. Ugrel, like a warrior.
Oh yeah, Golgari Thug. Yeah, it's pretty.
You know how to say all these words, right? I'm butchering everything.
When you have to talk, this also comes down to people say either mana or mana and stuff like that.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah. It all matters specifically as long as I can understand what you're saying and get your point across. Like, I've also had people say Jace. I've known people named Jace, but I was just call him Jossie. I'm like, that's the push on it, but I'll take it.
There's a video of me somewhere desperately trying to pronounce Dritz's name correctly.
Oh, Dritz, yeah.
I did not at the time. I did not know how to pronounce.
The worst part, I think I looked up. I saw because I was also trying to sell because we have a life size one in the front of our window.
You do, yeah. You're 1-to-1, yeah.
And then trying to say the name, and of course, kind of came into a thing was trying to watch a video, how do you pronounce it? That's the worst thing you ever do is look up the YouTube video, how do you say this? And they're like, it's at one point it sounded like you said drips. I'm like, I don't think there's a P in there.
Drizzits? I have no clue. I hope it's the right one. Oh, cool. Retro frame.
That's cool, Zav. Talking about copying things.
Good commander or
yeah? He got downshifted from a mythic down to a rare. So But no, he's technically the leader of the Demir Guild. Uh, it's cool lore things about him, but he's pretty neat. I know there's some decks that play him in it.
But not like a good, not you would call him a great commander. Like he's niche. You have to build around him, right?
Yeah,
Like, so.
you could. Yeah, unfortunately, the cards that would be very strong in like Commander, you look at them at face value, like they seem okay. There's nothing really exciting per se about them, but the decks when they get functioning, it has such a high functionality to it that it becomes overwhelming at some points. Yeah.
5. I'm trying to get so the mythics last in 6.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
It should be 15.
17, 18. You're right. You're right. You were right. It's the whole pack has to be turned around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want that angel. Yeah. Well, like which one? The
Aurelia?
Aurelia?
No.
Yeah. Aurelia. Yeah.
She's really fun.
Mentor. She has mentor, and at the beginning of your combat, choose turn. Wait. What does she do? Let's see. At the beginning of the combat, choose your turn. Choose up to one target creature you control until the end. Creature gets +2. Gains trample if it's red, and vigilance if it's white. Value.
And if you target a red-white creature, you get both.
You get that value. We talk about value in this game all the time.
Yes. Ravnica's all about trying to get the best. That card's a very fun card. It gets a lot of play. Because whenever a player sacrifices anything, so if you force your opponent to sacrifice things, you shoot stuff.
Oh, that's my wife.
Oh.
That's Nicole. I didn't recognize you because I was in the zone.
He's too deep in Ravnica right now.
I'm too deep. I'm too deep in the Ravnica zones. This is a Ravnica set, Cole.
Yeah.
She likes that set too.
Yeah,
No double lands though.
Yeah.
No double lands. They took them out. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Yep. Sorry, rats. Rats go over there. I have a special thing for rats.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has their favorite like tribal decks.
The sigils. Nicole likes the sigils too.
Yeah.
Like Nicole's are good sigils.
Oh, that's good. That's a retro frame Sacred Foundry.
As Sacred Foundry enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped.
Yeah.
So it's just a mountain.
Yeah. Well, so it's dubbed the Shockland because
These are what you were talking about.
These
Right.
ones are good, and retro frames are more sought after. I know somebody's in particular looking for those. But the good part is it counts as both land types. It's a mountain and a plains. And on top of that, the reason it's called a shock land because you know the card shock deal 2 damage to any target.
Yeah, the red card. Yeah.
So it deals 2 damage to you to have interplay untapped. So that's why you got the name shock land. So they do 2 damage to you, but you get the efficiency of having both a mountain or a plains available to you immediately.
Oh, this is a dual lands.
Yeah, this is
okay. It's either or.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, you don't have to put the mana symbols on it because technically the super type of having mountains or plains means it has the innate ability to tap for either white or red mana.
See, I'm learning. It's like dude, like I swear to God, like a college course should offer a magic class.
I mean, if you want to know something goofy about just judges, so there's 3 levels of judges. There's your level 1 judges, your level 2s, and level 3s. Level 3s, the whole point of them is pretty much to know, like, the unnecessary details about Magic. Like, oh, what happened to the bans, or what got banned back in 1994? Or like, what was this and this? Like,
you slammed the table. This.
Like, oh, what was the original wording? Oh.
Birds of Paradise.
Yeah, retro frame.
Good value. Good value out of that card. Guild Mage, elf creature. Okay.
Utopia is probably a really solid card. Got a lot of modern play for a bit.
Okay, I'm starting to see the more common stuff.
Yeah. But the funny part is still keep seeing new cards every so often too that we haven't yet opened. Because again, I think there's over like 300 cards in this set.
Jumpstart, can be graveyard, just discarding the card. Okay, so you discard a card and you can pay it from your graveyard. Okay, interesting.
So they tried to do each certain guilds kept the same mechanics from guild to guild, from set to set, but a lot of the guilds got new mechanics. Oh, Chromatic Lantern is pretty good. Just makes all your lands tap for any other color.
What?
So in itself, it also taps for any mana.
So like, so this is like a so this basically.
It doesn't give the basic land type, but they could tap. Like I could tap my planes for
any color, for any of the 6 colors, 5 colors.
Yeah, 5 colors. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually that's a good utility, and it's an artifact.
It's really good again for those like 5 color decks. It makes it very. It opens up your availability, and that's really what Ravnica really pushed for because it is a multicolored set primarily. But yeah, it's I think it's a really fun card. And then of course whenever you see the word chromatic, they kind of push on it.
Chromatic.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. She also got downshifted, but no, she's a
nice.
fun card too. She's technically the leader of the Orzhov after she's a ghost hunter, and she killed the ghost council that used to run Orzhov. So indirectly, she became the new leader of them.
She became what she hated.
Yeah, and that's what you kind of find more about that in the new murder.
Is she
set.
evil?
No, she's
Okay.
just a planeswalking ghost hunter.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Now-
know, with Ghostbusters.
Yes, I do. They hunted the ghost. Yeah, they
So
use magic. They use science. It's the same thing. Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
Now, where does it say? So I can't use her as a commander because it doesn't
No.
say, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So does that make the card like less playable in that case, or less popular? Or
So Planeswalkers, they're unique. I feel like a lot of people because they were kind of the newest type of card added. So people feel like they need to play it, but they're just there because they pretty much are. The best way I could say it's like sometimes a glorified enchantment that has like its own special rule sets. But they're just a fun card. I think Planeswalkers are just they do their own unique things.
I'm gonna take the angel deck out because I'm gonna get home. She's like, "Where's the angel deck?" I'll be like, "Fine, here."
Yeah.
See, Nicole, I'm taking it and putting it into the pile. For Nicole's pile, keeping yours and mine cards separate. There you go. Purify, Gate Colossus. I keep messing up the order. I think I had it right before the 6.
Yeah. I mean, think apart. You still have a whole other box.
Just too many cards, man. These poor trees.
I know, right?
the trees died so Burning Prophet could exist.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Oh, whoa.
Ooh. Oh. Okay.
Oh, Divine Visitation.
That is actually a kind of fun play card. I think it makes your tokens just 4/4 angels. So instead of making like, let's say you had a card that makes a 1/1 sapling token, instead you replace it with a 4/4 flying angel instead. So anytime you would make a token, you just make 4/4 angels instead.
Oh, so Nicole, do you want the 4/4 angels? I'll put them inside anyway.
Yeah, that's also the retro frame foil, so that's probably the highest rarity of that card too.
Oh wow. The mythic. Yeah, I see. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Well, it's also for like conditioning wise, it's also retro frames are more sought after, and even more so on top of that, being a foil, it makes it the highest one. So that might be like $20, $30.
Foil, mythic, rare, alt art, retro framing.
Yeah. It's okay with the previous set, or one of the previous sets, Wilds Will Drain. The big card types would be called a anime borderless confetti foil.
I can't keep track.
No, trust me, and I have to know all these goofy differences because when I have to look at the prices for it, I have to make sure I get the right one. I'm like, oh, sorry, this isn't confetti foil. You're lacking your confetti.
I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh's really bad about that too. They're just like, well, I have this Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's worth $500, right? Well, there's 10, and you probably don't have the one that's worth $500.
Yeah, like Blue Eyes White Dragon, I think has like 38 different printings.
Yeah.
And then within that, there's first prints and limited prints. So it makes it even
Demon
more.
Fire.
That's cool. It's like an X burn spell.
Yeah. If you have no cards in hand, the spell can't be countered, and the damage can't be. But if you have no cards in Magic, you're top decking. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's very bad. Oh, we got a retro frame gate. Ooh, Bottled Cloister. I think I've seen this card before. At the beginning of each opponent's turn, exile all cards from your hand face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, return all cards you exiled to your hand, then draw a card.
So essentially, you're putting your hand down and getting new cards. So you're keeping cards out of play. So
if they target your hand or try
yeah.
to
So like if you're
okay.
doing like duress or Thoughtseize and stuff like that, would make you discard a card. So you're tucking your cards away so they can't be indirectly messed with.
Elf Wizard. Yeah, green was all about creating tokens for a hot minute, wasn't it? Like about like a squirrel or tree or elf or whatever.
In particular for Ravnica, it is Selesnya to the green-white. They make a lot of tokens. And then other color combo would be Azorius, which would be blue-white. And they make a decent amount of bird tokens.
Ramona Vine Cloak, I remember that one. Flying Pegasus. Guild Mage. Gather Courage. Wild Cantor. Greater Moss Dog. Seen a lot of the Zeals. I've gotten Inheritance, Kills Assassin, Bomber Corpse, Line Hunter, Centaur, another Sigil, Stitch in Time, flip a coin. Yeah, we've seen this one. Yeah,
That's a retro.
that's a retro frame one.
I think that's your rare. Yeah.
We're almost through the draft boosters, folks. We have 5 more. Oh my God, so many cards.
Yep. You got to do this again for another set.
Right, yeah, no, and then again, but the collector boosters are where the big hits will be,
Yeah.
right? Those are the big, like, oh my god hits. So I just make sure that I'm trying to get... I think we pulled another Planeswalker.
I mean,
Gutter Snipe, Goblin Shaman.
that card's just a fun card. No Gutter Snipe. The fact whenever you cast Answer to Sorcery, you just deal 2 damage to your opponent.
Oh, so he just sits in the field.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the
just
passive effect,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's also, like, I guess the best way to say the value of a card. If it has a really good passive effect, then that's probably a good way to make a card very playable, especially in Commander.
That's a cool art, and it's a cool card.
Yeah.
Debt to the Deathless. Demon, that's a bat. The Demon Bat.
Yeah.
Judge's Familiar, Forced Landing. It's just the classic fantasy at its finest, man.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Quench.
And the interesting thing about Ravnica, the whole plane is a giant city. So I don't know where they're storing these wells and things at, but you know.
They're, like, each of them are their own capitals, right? They have their
Yeah.
own, each city.
Yeah.
Another Osgite.
Oh, Retroframe.
Oh, nice.
Mayhem Devil. I know you get that one full. It's kind of has a good price tag on it. Oh,
Ooh.
another anime borderless. That's cool. This card has a decent amount of play in Commander, mainly because it's
As a commander or in a commander deck?
in a Commander deck.
Okay.
Yeah. As a Commander, not as much, but it's definitely, I feel people put it in their Commander decks a decent.
Nice.
bit
We
of
get some
times.
good pulls in this, but there's 36 packs. There's a lot more than 24.
Oh yeah, and I think on average you're supposed to get like usually 2 anime borderless cards, and I think you're at your 3rd one.
Right.
So
They don't guarantee anything, right?
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
They don't guarantee, but like you have statistics, right?
Oh
That's
yeah,
the big
I
thing.
know the dream from the previous Ravnica sets was to hopefully pull all 5 of the Shocklands that they had in any particular set. So, but on average you saw 2 to 3 Shocklands.
Ooh. Hexproof. Angelic Exploration.
Yeah.
Exploration. Whenever the creature you control attacks alone, it gets plus XX until the end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Okay, so not Angel Fem, just angelic in the name, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know. Last Grasp. Hey, Zombish.
Yeah.
I like Zombish.
That's cool.
Oh, nice. Legionnaire, Human Knight.
Hey,
Oh, no-
talk about
oh.
Gutter Snipe, there's
Yeah,
a
there you go.
Retroframe one.
I know, like when I first moved up to. Oh, hey, nice.
The Expand and Explode. Yeah, the card's again pretty solid.
I remember when I moved up here and we still played Magic, and I played Standard at the time, and I forget what set was out, but I sat down at Casey's store when he was off State Street.
Yeah.
And I think the kid won on turn 3 every time, and I'm like, how am I? Like,
Yeah, no,
it's like what?
I've been there before with
2 damage, 5 damage, 10, dead. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? What's happening? How did this happen?
Yeah, no, there's I went to a big Vegas tournament, and there was a deck that consistently beat me on turn 2.
It's just like that's the thing with like the Black Lotus, right? Like I saw someone like I've seen the YouTube videos where like here's how this works. I'm like you keep shuffling your hand until you get the cards you need, then you win.
Yeah.
Right? It was like just an infinite shuffle thing and filter until you got what you needed.
Yeah, there's again, when you have 31 years worth of Magic cards, and some of them didn't have the future side of having like, oh yeah, in 3 decades from now, this card's gonna be a really busted card, but definitely occurs.
Future.
Future, oh no.
Hey, like there we go. Value, response, deal 5 damage to target creature or blocking creature. Okay, well for 2 though, I mean that's a big like FU if someone's trying to do something to you. All right, there we go. We got 2 more.
Yep.
We pulled 2 anime arts, I think.
Yeah, you got the Tesa, you got, I forget his name, Tomlik, and then it's like another one.
Drake.
This is just a really fun card.
Counter target non-creature spell unless. Oh, dude, that's.
Yeah, you have options, and even the other good part too, like draw 2, discard 2.
Value. We talk about value all the time in the game, right? That's the whole point. Especially in Commander, when you're limited to one card, right? You can't have doubles of anything, unless it specifically says you can, right? So I'm sure there's cards that say you can have more than 1 copy of your card. Or
One of the cards you'll hopefully see in the collector booster packs. I think it's going to be you're allowed to have any number of them in your deck.
there you go. Double lands. That's what she calls them, but that's not. They're called bounce lands, but that's what we call them for decades.
Well, all of it, they all have like some lands are even broken down to. Oh yeah, I think you got that one foil.
Yeah,
normal.
foil. Yeah, foil normal. That's a retro frame.
Yep.
Is that it? Yeah, that's the one I pulled. Where's the shiny mythic rare? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Where's the shiny mythic rare 1 out of 50 cards?
Wait, you did get a shiny mythic.
This is true.
Yeah.
It's 4, right? Nope. One more. Ha ha ha. Nobody saw that, right? There we go. Nobody saw that. Guild Mage, Ultimate Price. Okay, I'm starting to see more of the cards that I'm recognizing.
Yeah.
Mage, here we go. This is the last one, so what will we get? Let's see. Nice.
That's cool.
Oh,
Retro frame foil.
Goblin Ectromancer.
Yeah. Retro frame.
Retro frame, yeah. Those are fun. Like it's funny because they do look older when you do that. Oh.
Yeah, that's a fun
Legion
card.
Warboss, okay.
Yeah. Ooh, somebody's card's going off.
That might be mine. It sounds like my card. Did somebody hit it?
You want to go check?
I'll go check. I'll be right back. I'm still mic'd too, so.
Okay.
You can sit down and we'll get this stuff. Oh, that's not mine. Okay, cool.
Okay, good.
But so here, I organize these over here. We can switch now.
Okay.
You can open the next box, Cody.
All right, no problem.
I'll keep this by set, and then we'll keep it by rarity too. So there we go.
All right. So what's in my opening? Oh, Murders.
Murders. So tell us a little bit about this set.
Murders is it all takes place, or a majority of it takes place in the Karlov Manor. There's a lot of lore behind it, but essentially there's a series of murders that happen. You're going to see a lot of cards in the set with a detective keyword or creature type, because they're trying to find out who's the murderer. And spoiler, the murderer is in the set. You'll find out. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that does, might care, but there's a lot of cool, interesting, like.
Who is the murderer?
Yeah.
So if we pull a good card and you and like give it a little synopsis on it, and then you can press enter after you do that, so you can clip that. Yeah.
No all right.
So these are play boosters. So are the odds better of pulling like a good card in these? These decks in the draft boosters?
Yeah, so again, it takes half the idea. Yeah, so it's the best part of a draft and a set booster. So the front half is going to be your more randomness of your packs, like your standard draft pack. So you see diversity in colors and also mechanics. Where set boosters, the front half of the pack was very themed. You could see like all blue cards, all stuff like that. So you didn't get like a good spread of colors. But the latter half of the pack was like where you get your uncommon or better, which could be rare. You're guaranteed rare and you're guaranteed foil, and then you have a chance to get a list card. So you can pull up to technically 4 rares or mythics out of a pack. I think this kind of goes for this set too. The good part, luckily, it's going to be back to your standard.
You're going to have to do that weird thing where are we doing
no,
that?
No. So I think 'cause that was a Japanese printed box, so they put Japanese packs like putting the cards in the front, the rares in front, and then you go backwards.
Oh, that's right. They do remember that in Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, people will explain that to me when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah.
So a lot of this is going to be some interesting cards. You're going to see things where suspect, something's a suspect, and then you'll see things say cloak. Cloak just kind of means take the card of your deck and it becomes a.
So is this more of like a standard for more standard format?
Yeah, it is a standard set. So you're going to see more standardized cards, and of course you're going to see some goofy things like these little tokens where it's something to suspect if you solve your case. There's something just that. And
this is like when they did like the stories in Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
The new mechanic. Okay.
Yeah. So there's even some poison in it too. But yeah, but you can see a lot of detectives, and of course it's a Simic detective, so he's a elf crocodile detective.
Of course he is. Does he have a hat? Does he have a noir hat?
Yes, I think he does actually.
They all have to have the hat, right?
Yeah.
They do have that.
Yeah. It's part of his genetic mutation. This takes Aquilius Apoft is like the main detective. He kind of follows. He's like a Sherlock Holmes for this universe. So you're gonna follow him around a lot.
Let me see that one.
Yeah,
that's cool art too.
So they did all those cards to be story cards. So
it's just a common, right? Like it's not like super rare, but it's just super cool.
On the bottom right here, it'll say Story Spotlight, which is going to be kind of pertaining to the lore of the set. And of course, you're going to see these double-sided cards. They're not as strong in this one as the previous ones, but and also these enchantments. So they took the idea of like sagas, which normally you would go down from chapter to chapter, but for these ones, because they're case cards, they're supposed to be solved like so if you finally solve it, then you get the static ability. So If you finally complete the solve, which is 3 or more creatures attack this turn, then you get the static ability.
Is it a popular set like in Magic or
It's kind of mixed with because it doesn't
based
have.
on your store, like based on your particular store in this area? I guess.
I would say for sealed and limited things, it's been doing well. There's a few cards in the set that have kind of been impactful for other formats, and hopefully you're going to see it. It's called a Leyline the Guild pack. That one's going to be very heavily played. But yeah, you're going to see. It's your first rare. So it's disguise. When you disguise, you put a card face down, and it becomes a 2/2 creature. And it has ward, and ward is if you get targeted by a spell ability. If people don't pay the ward cost, that spell ability is countered.
It whiffs. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So,
But it doesn't make it immune. You have to pay a cost to go through.
yeah.
Okay.
But normally they got foil. I'm sure. Do you want to keep your? And of course, these are the full art cards. They're all based around different cities. So this should be, I think, around the Azorius Guild. So this is what the Azorius city should look like, roughly.
That's a really pretty card.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of commons and commons. I'm not sure if you want to keep your commons separated.
It's up to you. Like however you would organize
Yeah.
them. Basically.
Normally,
you're unboxing now, so however you would do it.
yeah. Normally, I would only keep like the foils and like full arts and stuff like that. And of course, you got apes. They're pretty cool. But eventually, you're gonna start seeing way more and more detectives. Again, here we have a Vindolkin detective. But in the lore of this set, there's essentially a string of murders, and they're trying to find out who happens. But it kind of picks up like the people's attention pick up to it when one of the guild leaders get killed, which is going to be kind of spoiler. I think I might actually say right here. Somebody gets murdered here, and shortly after is another murder.
So like you're playing with these cards, trying to solve the mystery or something, and you get trigger abilities when you do, basically.
Yeah, and even so much so they made a special edition box, which we still have some of them in the store. They're called the Clue edition. So every set's been having a crossover. So the crossover is with Clue. So kind of like how you have the Shocklands in it. There'll be Shocklands, but be themed around like the kitchen from Clue or this, and it'll be like little thing nods to it. I'll let you know these lands actually have been showing up a lot in price recently because they count as both land type, but they always interplay tap. But the mechanic Surveil is really good. So when you play a card that has Surveil, you look at the top card of your deck. You can either keep it there or you throw it in your graveyard. In certain decks that want to play cards out of your graveyard, these lands became very, very popular.
Oh, interesting.
So this is a very good one. And the good part is you saw you have 2 rares. So this was your uncommon or better slot, which got pushed up to a rare. Then you get your guaranteed rare slot. And behind this should be your foil.
Right, because it's more of like a standard than the draft. This is more of like a standard formatting.
Yeah. And then this is going to be your foil. And at the end, it could be the land, or it could be replaced with a list card. That means it's a random card from a previous set. The only notable difference on the bottom left will have the Planeswalker symbol. And of course, you get these art cards, which tell you the name of the card and the artist that did it.
Oh, nice.
So these are kind of fun. Let's put that over here if you wish to. But yeah, no, the set is very enjoyable in the sense of that it has a lot of
Yeah, I feel like you're playing a
mechanics.
sub-game within the game with yourself.
Yeah. They're even more so when we get into the collector booster packs. There's blacklight reactive cards that that are all based around if you get sometimes you're lucky you can kind of angle the card to get a good idea of what the card could be or what it says, and they're like they kind of do like an ARG type thing where you could find websites, do stuff like that. Circa like the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff and all the things. So they definitely went with that idea. But yeah, some of these cards are going to be a lot of disguise, so things that you can put face down. It's kind of pays homage to the mechanic Morph. I'm not sure if you remember Morph. It was like I want to say like Scourge era, so like 1997, 98. And then of course, so yeah, these are the detective case cards. So it's a showcase card, and it kind of looks like a case, like a number and everything. In particularly, there's you get these ones in the collector boost packs. They'll have like raised textures on it, and those will be the blacklight reactive ones. And there's some other cool cards too. There's another pricier card in this set. Hopefully you can see. So there's a rare. Silver players. There's a lot of interesting cards which lets you. They're not really overly guild themed, so some of them actually you won't see like the other ones where it's like Angel that cares for red and white cards. There's
Right.
not as much like caring for multicolored cards, but there are multicolored cards in here.
Are they? They're built for more standard, right? Like they're
Yeah.
not great in Commander because they have such
Yeah.
unique ways they
Yeah.
interact with their set, right?
Yeah,
So,
and usually the also you see there's normal non-full art lands in the set. No, and there's some tokens. There's some unique tokens in here that are kind of cool. That are the disguise. So normally you would be like, you would disguise a card, you put it face down, but if it's a face down card, you don't know what it is. So there's a token you put on top of it.
right.
Let you know it is a 2/2.
There's so many boosters in these.
I know. Yeah, there's
Not to say you don't get value out of it. I mean, hell, like 30. I'll
Yeah.
take 36 over 24 any day.
yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of things you'll see where they'll check if something has happened. Luckily, they also try to keep sets very generally like vague enough so you could take a card from this set and add it to things because there'll be synergies. But there's been a lot of issues with like other TCGs where they were so focused on a certain like new mechanic, the whole set's based around it. And if they don't visit it again, you're not going to get any more
You're not
support.
gonna, yeah, it's a self-contained set ecosystem. Yeah, it's
yeah.
not gonna great. And Commander, you said is most popular. It's not gonna work unless you're making an entire Commander deck out of the
Yeah.
set.
So there's you get a clue version of this card, which would be just a pipe, which you can use for like literally from like clue. It's like there's like a candlestick and everything. So you'll see cards that are literally just objects in the game clue that you can use for murdering. There's some unique cards too. Like there's characters that you haven't seen for a while, or they have had like a lot of resurgence with like being a new character. This card's a fun card. It also has a crocodile.
It's hollow too.
It's a crocodile elk turtle.
Of course, three.
Yeah.
Man, bear, pig.
Also, if you look at the stats, it's a 2/15. It also costs 11 mana, but it gets cheaper. It gets cheaper for where X is the number of toughness of creatures you have. So if you have really strong toughness creatures, you can get this out pretty early. I've seen people build decks around this because it is a legendary creature, and of course, if you look at it, it has a blue activated ability, and then for Commander in particular, if a card has an activated ability or a mana symbol outside of its casting cost, it technically counts as two colors. So it has a green cost on it, but it has a blue activated
So it's
ability.
also a blue.
So it'd be technically green-blue. So that's a cool thing you could look for commanders too. Is that like some more popular ones could be like Nagila, which is a red card by its cost, but it has all 5 colors on the bottom of it. So you can do all 5 colors in that deck. Most of these cards are going to be generally okay in this set, nothing overly too like impactful, but it's fun. I think again with the limited format, if you're doing drafts and sealeds, these cards have so much more impact in there. There's only been like a few cards in the set that actually have been played in other formats, and if you get one, I'll definitely point it out. But nothing's like overly too crazy. There's some also, with the lore of this set. Oh, that's kind of cool. This card's actually a playable card. I think it's like.
I like you term that. It's playable. It's
Yeah.
You can actually use it.
I know. I guess everything is technically playable. Kind of going back.
Right.
To,
No, but like when you're talking about like the EDH or Commander, right?
Yeah. And then I think standard playable too. And that's cool to see. This was you're upshifted to from a common to a rare, and the rare was actually upshifted from a rare to a mythic.
Oh, nice.
So you're already doing pretty decent in that. And then I've yet to see a list card yet, so we got another token little thing. I guess put this over here. But yeah.
Here, I'll keep the uncommons separate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Suspected stun.
Yeah.
Locks. What's up, Malachi?
What's up?
Everything good?
Fantastic. You good over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. We out of the first box we opened, you got some Shocklands out of it. You got a retro framed Sacred Foundry, and also got like a Watery Graves. Hey, talk about shock to shock. I think some of the most valuable cards in the set are actually just rares, not even mythics.
Just because based on what they do and their value or table value.
This card gets a lot of play. Talking about value, this card is 1 green mana, choose one. Each opponent sacrifices an artifact, or sacrifices an enchantment, or sacrifice a creature with flying. And the fact that it has so many options just on a common,
Over the common.
yeah, it just has a lot of good potential like playability. I know people are in other formats been looking at this as like, oh, this is a really playable card. I know. Well, this card's actually a card that you probably want to sit off to the side. It's a very, like, talking about playable, this is definitely one of those playable uncommons that actually are worth, like, over $1.
One of those, yeah, it's a common, but, like,
It's a playable
it's still
common.
cool, playable. People use it in Standard and Commander.
Yeah. I'm supposed
to be running Call of Cthulhu tonight.
Oh yeah. We'll make sure to get the room done and available for you in a bit. There should be you mind just playing the side, like playing the side table for a bit, and then we'll get you as soon as this room opens up. We'll get you back in here. Okay. I totally forgot. Casey should have let them know. But okay. Oh, Casey, you watching? No, just kidding.
Casey, you're in trouble now.
But yeah, no rush. He's fine. And then these 4 lines are almost really pretty. They don't unfortunately make like a cool theme thing. They just are.
It's not like Ravnica where it's the guilds and the vampires and the wizards. Yeah.
And also, floor lands used to be a lot more sought after back when they were unique, but now every set has at least one. Full art land, and some of them have multiple. Like with the Ixalan set that has the Jurassic Park themed ones and then the normal ones. Both of them are both lands are both sought after. And again, it has this very like strong detective theme. So you gotta find your informant. The informant has this. Even like this counter spell.
Is there like a solo mode you can play in this set? I feel like there's like a solitaire mode you can play in this set.
I think maybe if you play the Clue edition, there might be something in there. I'm not entirely sure, but most of the stuff is again, no more lies. I'll let you know that certain uncommons, and from all my experience of open stuff, that's cool. Oh, that's adorable. Little mole scout. Just a little.
Informant. You gotta find your connection.
Yeah, go in the tunnels. But I know with there's been it feels like sometimes Wizards like short prints some good playable commons and uncommons. I remember back I want to say like 8 years ago, there was a very playable uncommon. This person bought a box hoping to get like 3 or 4 of them because it's uncommon. You should see it kind of frequently. He only got 1 of them. And then he pulled like 3 of like the higher value rares from the set. So sometimes like it feels like uncommons are more rare than rares.
Is there ever a case in Magic where it's like Pokemon where a card is just not good but it's rare, so it's worth like money? Like is there like because Pokemon like the card could be trash but it's Charizard so it's worth $200. You know what I mean?
It's really hard for it. I think the only time that's ever really happened. It's been like the serialized things, but even the serialized, the cards are worth more.
Yeah, you pay for the value of what the card does on the table is what it is. There's a table value to it, not just a rarity value like Pokemon.
There hasn't been many of that. Judith.
Ooh.
She's a interesting card. This is her second printing of it. She's her whole goal and pretty much the game is to take over the Ravnica Guild, and she wants to be the new leader. So she has her like own. In the lore for this, she has her own like underlying story where she's trying to become the next person. It's cool. It's a rare showcase card.
They all have the detective hat. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. They definitely. Yeah. Even this devil has a little hat.
Fun set.
Even though it's like more like.
Ooh, it's a foil rare.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
nice.
this is like uncommon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, shiny land though.
Yeah, that's pretty. I know my friend Rodrigo. I'm not sure if you know Rodrigo. He helps out sometimes. But he really likes this artist a lot, so he's looking for more of those. I guess right here.
So what do we want to pull from this?
So there's like a vampire called Vein Ripper. He's pretty playable. Talking about that very playable vampire deck that was played in Pioneer. It's a good card in it. And then there's also Leyline of the Guild Pack, which is again very very playable. Also love the fact that it's called a red herring. It's a fish clue.
It's an actual fish.
And it's a
yeah,
clue. Yeah. So all this stuff, yeah. Even talk about your thinking cap. You got your
What a
hat.
fun little set. What a fun, unique little set. Yeah.
Yeah. This thing, yeah, it has a really strong theme around like again, if you collect all these cards, you pretty much tell the whole like narrative story, and there's enough things on the bottom that kind of tells you the occurrence of it. I don't think it's hard to kind of put an order of what actually happens, but that's why I look at these little books and everything that are really good, or the online stories you can watch and read. There's some good YouTube channels that actually like explain the story pretty well.
So you read the novels too, I'm guessing too. Right?
Sometimes, yeah. If it's an interesting enough story, I'll read it. And also, kind of occurrence. Every Ravnica set has had a phoenix in it that always comes out of the graveyard or something like that, or when it dies, something happens. Some walls.
A wall.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So this is what. Yeah. This kind of explains some more mechanics of the game. This is for if something was a in disguise, you would put that over it, to kind of explain it. There's a lot of, I don't know what to say about it exactly, but there's a lot of interesting like takes on how they try to. Yeah. Of course, even the token itself is very wordy.
Right. Yeah, it is. It's very Yu-Gi-Oh. The paragraph of text.
Then again, most of it's kind of getting more of that clauses why you can't play another one.
They all have like the hats. They all have the film noir hats.
Yes, it's very And also the set, instead of being like the big giant like guild leaders are like kind of telling how things are going, this is more based around like the citizens of Ravnica. So again, you're not seeing like there is legendary creatures, but they're mainly like normal.
The riffraff.
Yeah, so like
the riffraff of the city.
Yeah. Oh, you got a full rare. That's cool.
There you go. Playable?
Yeah, it's something. I mean, not everything is good. Of course, you got another.
No, he's gonna be top tier, especially in Commanders. You only have one. You have to be very picky about what you put in your deck.
The cards are they usually pick cards. The cards that get a lot of playability. It's pretty obvious. Like the card we're looking for it's a ley line. Its ability is if it's in your opening hand, you just put it in play for free.
Oh, that's why.
And then after that, all your lands count as all land types.
Good lord.
So you can start off with like, and there's a card in Modern right now. There's multiple Modern decks right now that are running that card, a play set of it in each of them. So, and the thing is like sometimes it's just a package people just put in their deck. So it could be one deck idea. You insert it in there. Just you can. A frantic scapegoat.
Oh yeah, the screaming goat meme. Okay, yeah, they made a meme a card, right? Got it.
Yeah, there's some more meme cards here and there. They even did this like April Fool's one, which was just what's that meme where like the guy is like walking down the street and the girl like turns her head around. They did that in one of the cards. She's a character in the set that's kind of been recurring. She has to do like spiders, so she's like literally just.
Oh, nice.
So if you like spiders,
I do.
She's a pretty cool character.
It's funny. I like how you organize them because you're basically like playable, not playable, playable, not playable.
And of course, you got the dreaded dog.
Oh,
token.
they got the dog token. You said tats and dogs. You talked about that earlier.
Yeah. Chaos Lord.
Chaos Lord can attack the dog.
Yeah. I think normally you're gonna be looking for. And the Vine Ripper is the reason why that one's playable because it's a vampire. It's a 6-drop vampire, but there's a card that exists from M21, I think it is. That it's this guy named Soren. He has this ability. He's a planeswalker. You minus him, I think 2 or 3. He comes with either 3 or 4, and you put any vampire from your hand into play.
Oh wow! Okay.
And so with this card, that new vampire that hopefully you get, he's kind of the go-to thing. And of course, there's a candlestick, and we had the lead pipe earlier. More pain too.
The rope, they have all the
clue stuff. Most of the things are gonna start saying, oh, that's good. These cards again, all these have been going up in price. Oh, talk about Vine Ripper. There he is.
We pulled him.
Yeah, it's like
wow, mythic. There you go. Yeah, wow.
Its ability to he's a 6-drop vampire, 6/5 flying. To target him, to even target with a spell ability, that person has to sacrifice a creature. And if they can't sacrifice a creature, they can't do it. And then whenever a creature dies, your opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. So
Yeah, so he did commander. He's great, and standard. He's great. Like
yeah,
he just
yeah.
just good good card, good playable.
So now
card.
we got the Vine Ripper, now a Vein Ripper. Now we just need to get the. Let's crank go.
We hit clip that enter. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, yeah. Vein Ripper is a really decent card. What was it? Exclamation point.
Exclamation point clip. Yeah.
Get that ready.
Playable,
Yeah.
playable,
Right,
not
so
playable.
good part. That was exactly 1/3 of the box, and you got a good hit. So
That's good. And the thing too about the thing that's cool about Magic is that like you may think a card is like not great or like unplayable, and then like they'll release another card, another set that makes it super valuable.
Oh yeah.
And it goes from $1 to 50, like immediately.
Yeah, I know. That happens a lot. Like again,
It does.
that card was not. People thought it was a dead mythic, and then that deck went undefeated, and then we're like, the card's like, actually,
It's so good. I need it now. I need that
it's
card
like,
now.
oh yeah, even more so because there's a card in this set called that one leyline that makes all your lands all lands types. There's a rope from again more clue references. This card's actually a playable card, mainly because it's a kill spell that can be countered, and of course, like talking about commander. Commander is that's pretty good. Double good cards in a row. Yeah, so all these there's the whole 10 land cycle, so all 10 guilds, and the good part you're at 3 so far, which I've seen mainly 3 in total. So if you get another one, you're above average already. And plus you have the Vein Ripper, that's already 2 things ahead. Oh, that's cool. A little foil. Oh, that's rare. A foil. What's it called? A magnetic snuffler.
It's a robotic Pegasus?
I guess so, maybe. It literally looks like a metal detector for a nose.
Oh, an anteater. It's an anteater.
Anteater, okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It took us a minute.
Yeah. Here's a clue token. These things are kind of popular. That's cool. It's like an art card on one side and
Oh, it must make like a bunch of mosaic, whatever they call it. Yeah.
They do that with different sets too. Like I know with in certain Pokemon things like the tins. I think we opened on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
The little mini tin. There's usually 5 of them, and they make a full art thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Again, you're going to see more. This set's also not as big as the previous one, so you're going to see more commons and uncommons more.
I really appreciate how like you and Derek are, but like when you pull a card, you're like, it's not bad, instead of like trash.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause again,
absolute trash.
Me in particular, I'm a very big, strong advocate for different formats.
Yeah.
And I want people to play things, not to look at a card and say it's bad because I only played this one format. Because people are like, why is this card worth so much money? And like, oh, because of this format. And like, what's that format? And they don't know what it is. And then because everything you can learn. Also, like, this is a goblin riding like a giant robotic insectopter.
It's the Doom copter, whatever.
Yeah,
the Doom vehicles.
Yeah. So here we've got your first list card. It's not the greatest one, but it's a Ravnica card originally, like original Ravnica. Mm-hmm. So pay no more homage. Nothing crazy in there. But yeah, no. Talking about go back. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. You keep getting cool cards every so often, like the Leyline the Void. Not Leyline the Void. Leyline of the Guild Pack. That one. The reason why it made this card that was only like $1 or so, like over $10, because it gets a bonus for each basic land type you control. Because you can start the game off with that land, that enchantment to play. So you play one land, you have all 5 land cards.
Yeah.
So it reduces the
one.
price of this 12-cost card down to 2 mana.
Now, is that a mythic or a rare?
It's a rare.
Oh, wow.
So it's a really playable rare. And it made a mythic playable. And also a lot of decks playable. It's called a domain deck. Greg from 8-Bit Wizard.
Hey, Trev. What's up, man? Magique.
Magique, yeah.
We're doing Magique today.
Yeah.
So much magic.
Yeah. We're almost halfway done with this box.
Almost halfway done, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, most of the cards, it's a lot of commons and stuff. Again, you'll see a lot of things say the case of the cards. This is kind of a spoiler to the set. If you probably read this, it kind of explains.
The Butler did it, right? That's the.
Kind of. It's even if you're nobody else called a rare foil, and then yeah, nothing. Rakdos. He's one of my favorite characters. I have like a D&D model of him. It's kind of neat. But for lore-wise, if anybody doesn't care, I guess they could tune out, I guess. But
Warning spoilers
yeah,
for
warning
the set
spoilers.
if you care. There you go.
So this is the murderer. This is one of the 3 combined druids, dryads. I mean, one is known as Tristani. So it's 3 druids known as a thing. The center one took all the grief of the planet essentially, and started killing people. And so it's like,
Oh, great.
Yeah. So they
And
find
they're
out.
not black either. That's interesting. It's red and it's red and green.
So if we get the actual Tristani card in the set, normally she's green-white, but the last ability on her is a black ability. So she breaks out a color, which is unique for this, because it's not really many 3-color sets cards in the set.
No, absolutely.
There's
Although
usually-
they're trying, I feel like the pre-built commander stuff, like Lord of the Rings and Doctor Who and Warhammer, they're trying to push the 3-color commander decks.
Yeah, well, because it gives you more availability, because
Because one card of each, right? You don't have as many options.
Yeah, and also the Lesson of a mono-colored commander deck was really strong, and also was one of the most bought ones too. Culprit.
I mean, granted, like,
Yeah,
is that an arc line?
No, it's
Oh, the Mountain Plains again, the Shocklands.
The surveillance are
Ooh, it's
but
pretty art,
it's a
too.
borderless one. So and this one you got 4 of them, which is already higher than normal. This is also another good card too. This is
Not Noonan.
yes,
Reverse
actually
Noonan.
the fact you got 2 very playable cards right next to each other. I'd say this is definitely like so you should.
Good box. Good box.
Yeah, this right here covers most of the things. But these 2 cards right here is probably like $30.
Damn.
Yeah, so probably say that's something you'd probably.
I just like how you guys word it, because like you're in work mode, so I'm watching you like
Yeah.
like do these. Like it's kind of fun to watch you have them. Like that's a good card.
Oh,
That's a good card,
yeah,
that's a good
no,
back card,
there's
good card,
a-
good
there's
card,
a-
back card, good back card.
Yeah, well, when my daily intake of cards are like, hey, I'm trying to look for credit because we do credit here and everything. So we have to value like what cards are, and of course, if someone brings like a box of like 5,000 cards.
Yeah, so you're already you do this all day.
Yeah,
so you do
so-
this a lot with other customers. So
Yeah.
you're in your mindset. But it's cool because you get to. Not only are you in a sense of the local meta, but also
Yeah.
the global meta of what is a
Yeah.
very powerful card to what is an undervalued card, or what
Yeah.
is a non-playable card, or not non-playable, but
Yeah.
not as good. There's always something better you
Yeah.
can take, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing
I mean,
you'd say, right?
The fact that again, like the Shocklands are very popular and like some of the biggest hits in the previous one. That Shocklands are just a worse version of what is known as a dual land. Those came out in the original Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, or Revised, but also those cards are like $200 to $700 each.
Whoa.
Niv Mizzet, yeah, he's lore-wise he's essentially the living guild pack. Means
It's every color.
yeah, because he's the unified being that kind of joins all the guilds together. So he is a combination and leader of all the guilds.
So is he a good commander?
There's some other ones. So this is also in the first 3 Ravnica blocks, Ravnica, Return to Ravnica, and the other one. It's kind of hard to say the other one because it's the people associate with War of the Spark, but nobody knew it was War of the Spark until the last set came
Right,
out.
until after, yeah.
I mean, so, but he's been primarily red-blue, the first 2, because even so much, the reason why the guild's called Izzet, his little name is Niv Mizzet, so it's part of his name. So he's like one of the creator. He's like the creator of the guild. But lore stuff happens. He gets this. This is his 3rd 5-coloring combo he has. The first 3 were blue-red, so he became the guild pack.
The guild pack.
The living guild.
I like your name. You like Ravnica, Return to Ravnica. Hey, we're back to Ravnica again, and now.
And so these cards.
Oh, whoa.
These are called guests, special guests. It's also Scott M. Fisher. He's really nice. I have actually met him a couple times at some events. He's a really good artist. He does really good. I've enjoyed his art. He's been drawn for Magic for about like 20 plus years now. He does a lot of cool, unique, like he does more traditional arts like pen and paper, like on like stuff. Less.
Wow, like and a real like not digitally starts pen and paper. That's kind of cool.
Then because
becoming less and less more common.
Yeah, because he did in particular in Double Masters, he did the Force of Will, which is a really good card. He actually painted that out. So
with real paint.
Yeah, and so he actually has like in the real picture of that's like I think stands like it's like a good like user like 3 feet by like 2.5 feet wide.
So in that case, like in the case with that card, real fast, because I want to talk about that card. Is
Yeah.
that card a good card, or is it playable, or is it just because the art is good that makes it valuable? Like,
So
to give like our viewers out there like an idea.
So the guest cards are more so very playable cards. So Tragic Slip gets played in different formats.
Perfect. It's only got 1 cost too.
So it's 1 mana, just -1/-1. But to trigger Morbid, as long as you had a permanent leave your battlefield, you could do the second ability. So if you even do a land that like sacrifice, search your deck for a land, then it goes to -13/13.
Oh wow! Okay, so it is good. It's
that kills about 98% of all Magic cards. So
and they have a shiny foiled alternate of that too, right?
Yes, yeah. So this is the guest appearance. They also did the special symbol right there. They've been trying to incorporate special guest cards in every set.
Right.
This is a very playable card too. I like it. So this card talk about when things die. So whenever a creature power 2 or less leaves the battlefield under your control. So that means anytime if your died, killed it, sacrificed it, got killed, you get to probably your top card deck. If you don't want it there, you throw it in your graveyard.
No thanks. I don't want that one. Filter. And I think in Commander that's especially important. You know, getting what you need in your hand because you have one of each.
Yeah, Surveil's a really good trigger, and there's certain things. It was introduced in Ravnica.
I've never, you know, fun fact, I've never played Commander.
Commander, it's a fun thing. It just matters, kind of like your whatever community you have.
The local meta, right?
Yeah, whoever. If you hear somebody say CEDH, then they're gonna probably do something that's a little bit more hyper. Like CDH players try to win on turn 2, the latest. That's cool. You got that.
Concede, start over. I'll start again. We'll go again.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
That's
Ooh,
cool.
wow, that's cool art. Cool, colorful foil.
Yeah, it's Murder's been reprinted a lot, but the good part they've been given like cool arts. I'm not sure what this is.
Oh wow. Poseidon?
Yaris, Roar of the Old Gods. Whatever that is. But yeah, no, there's a lot of fun, like things to like learn about from just like different like cards in different formats.
Oh yeah, like you said, like we talked about this earlier on the stream, but like the Magic's really unique because there's multiple ways you can play, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh no, First Detective without a hat.
It definitely gives more life to the game. I mean, I think Commander gives this game just so much life because you can play. There's no limits, right? There's no banned cards. You can play whatever you want, right?
And I think also going back to one of the things you said, that there's cards that have the same functionality.
Yeah.
So it has the redundancy in your deck, so you're not allowed to have more than one copy of it.
Yeah, there's different. There's a Diabolical Tutor, but there's something else that's the same thing called something different.
Yeah.
So you put that in. Yeah.
So.
And you only need to get one, so you don't need to buy a playset of 4 for $40 each. You only buy one, and you put each.
And some of them are cheaper. Okay, Ryan, you're doing very well. This is your 5th one of these lands, and again, these are all.
That's not a Shockland, right? That's something different.
No. Yeah, they're this new type. Also, lore-wise, character has been showing up ever since Wilds of Eldraine. So this is his 3rd consecutive appearance in Magic in the set. There's a very notorious guy called Oko. If people that played Magic know him, they know he's affected a lot of formats. It's technically a sign card. Technically, it has this little gold symbol right there.
Oh, nice.
So they're not in particular worth too much money.
It's just something fun.
Yeah, it gives another aspect of collecting for this.
Now, is she good? Is she a legendary creature? Is she a good? Now, I'm going to keep asking you that. Every single time you pull a legendary creature.
This card, he's not crazy good. Pretty much the way Kellen works is this mechanic is from Eldraine, but they kind of reused it a lot for this character's thing. So if it's already been spoiled that this character could also be in the next set.
There you go. They survived. They survived the murders of Karlov Manor.
Yeah.
It's a big ass house, dude. There's a lot of people in this house doing stuff.
Because then the whole plane is a giant city, so having a house means a lot. Again, keep detectives and the hats going.
Yeah, 1920s, you said, like 1930s, 20s.
Yeah, that's why. So there's a set called the Streets of New Capenna, which has this 1920s, also like Prohibition era, so there's this stuff called Halo that had speakeasies in it. So even like so it's a lot of fun things. So I like the idea that they're going to different like things that are not normally your traditional. That's really interesting.
Oh wow, that is a cool looking card.
Yeah.
Try to angle it more flat. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the card is it's a unicorn. Trust me, I built a unicorn deck, I want to say like 3 years ago. There's not many unicorns, surprisingly. So the fact that there's a cool looking unicorn that looks playable, that's pretty good. Another one of these.
Oh, either ors. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I call them. I think they're called dual cards, right, or whatever, double-sided cards, or whatever. Ooh. Analyze the pollen. Analyze it.
Yeah.
It's pollen.
Yeah, so kind of leading to the lore of the set, because I told the card was that one person's the killer, because they're a dryad. They naturally grow plant matter. So to make the dryad makes a specific lethal toxin, and then they also have a mind controlling spore toxin that it makes, and it kind of mind controls people to commit murders for them.
Look, a clue. This is such an interesting set.
They
Very weird
one of my
set.
favorite clue and like also references they've done is in the Modern Horizons 2, they had a clue cards. There was a dog that was a clue, and it was a blue clue. So
It's a Blue's Clues.
Yeah. So
Uh-oh.
just realized that some kids that used to watch it, or when I were kids that watched Blue's Clues, are now adults, and they're probably playing Magic.
No, the thing I've noticed because like Nicole and I have been big on our Lorcana, but like I feel like Magic's much more generous with the uncommons than.
Yes.
I mean that pack you drew 3. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's a little more interesting. I think you get 1 in
Oh yeah.
in the Lorcana packs.
Yeah, but I think also I think Lorcana has like a really good spread in it, but they've been proving it. Like the fact that they're doing the new play boosters, I'll say it's probably just generally a better feel overall for the packs, because you're going to see the commons and commons, and then of course you're going to see your rares, and this one's cool. There's not much skeleton tribal support.
Cool.
When you think there'd be a lot, but most of the skeletons are zombies. So when you see skeletons, there's actually not as many skeletons.
The keyword skeleton, it's zombie instead of skeleton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like cards like, are you sure it's a skeleton?
I've seen zombie skeleton. I've seen that.
Yeah,
that
those
thing
things.
before,
They've been doing that, but weirdly, skeleton does not have as much support as you think it does.
Oh, that's a cool. Is that good?
It's
Oh, because it comes taps.
Yeah.
And it counts as a land, so you're behind. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, if it enters, that's why these lands like this right here. Oops, I knock everything around. These ones, because the reason why they're so good is because they interplay tapped, but they do something very effective for you. They actually, in certain decks, can accelerate you to get you closer to your game plan.
Yeah.
So it's okay to interplay tapped, but the functionality of it that you get from it is like the bigger payout that you're looking for. Yeah. Of course, I don't even know if there's even larger bodies of water in Ravnica, but there's apparently no whole
Probably
ecosystem.
aquariums, big aquariums, right?
Yeah.
And it's a magical world, fantastic world. I don't know how anyone gets anything done if they have all this magic ability.
Yeah. Which
Who makes the food? You know, if they can just
I think there's a mask maker, so if they have people are making masks, hopefully there's people making food.
It's just a utopia. They're just all bored doing random stuff because it's perfect society.
I mean, the fact that the whole clue thing.
There's your wall again. Oh, there we go. We got a legendary mythic, right?
Yeah, he's interesting. So I think he shows up later in the story. He he kind of like testifies for something, I believe, if I remember correctly. But he's
a spirit of justice.
Yeah, he's probably would be known as like more of a dead mythic in this set, unfortunately.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. But
until they make a card that does something.
Oh yeah, nothing. Yeah, I guess. Again, everything says when people say something's bad or dead, it doesn't in particular mean it's like just mark it off. It's never going to have any relevance ever again. Because again, you fast forward. Like I remember in Innistrad, there's a card called like Endless Regs of the Dead. I had a playset of them because they were like 25 cents each. Now the card is like $10.
Damn,
and
that's a good return on investment.
Well, if I kept the card, yes, it would be. But I was like,
if you always trade it up,
Yeah. Or I, as most people go in and out of them.
So I'm gonna guess not good commander.
No, I mean, I haven't seen anybody play it, so I won't really say yes or no. But it seems interesting. Generally, with that kind of value, you want for that much mana, you want to get a very apparently upside down backwards cards.
Ooh, misprint! Oh my God! Quick, put it on eBay. He misprints.
I wish.
Crinkle cards, discard cards, or whatever the thing.
Yeah. No, there's some people, I know some people that collect the misprints and stuff like that, but they're usually have to be notably different.
Yeah, I mean the joke in the Facebook groups is like for Locana is like people are like posting too many like cards that aren't misprints, and people like are taking comments crumbling. And look, misprint, it's crumbled. It's worth $500.
Yeah, I know with certain things. That's cool.
Oh, nice planes.
Yeah, so that's one. Again, I think each one has 2 to cover the 2 color combos it could be. So like one planes could be this or this guild, this or that guild. So the 5 basic lands have 2 each, which covers all 10 guilds. So it makes the game a little more, especially with now in this era of Magic where you have so many full art lands you can run. There could be cards that you just like the art of it, and so you just mostly Commander in most formats you don't run in a deck. So you run 60 cards. You're not running 20 basic lands. Even if your deck might be a single color, there's a lot of good utility lands people run. So on average, you normally are running like maybe in a monocolor, let's say Commander deck, you're probably running like only 10, 15 out of like your 33 lands you'll be running.
Right, because the Commander can do his abilities usually without spending mana.
Yeah.
Right? Like they get them, so you're not as mana starved.
Yeah.
In Standard, getting flooded was always a thing. We hated that.
Yeah. The good part, we're getting down to the last third of the.
We're almost there.
And then we get the special spicy
We get to the
packs.
special packs, yeah.
Oh, so you got. I'm pretty sure this got upshifted to a rare, and so this also. Oh, this is a very cool card. It's actually a notable card.
Oh, interesting art style. What kind of? Why is it the? Why is the sigils different?
It's the special showcase, and the showcase for this one's themed around cases. So
oh,
like,
cool.
So like a case about it. This card's actually a playable card, and I know about. If you look at the stats, a 4 mana 8/4. Then whenever it becomes blocked, untap each creature you control. As a combat, you get an additional combat.
So that's good for Commander.
And then of course he has the ability you could pay 7 mana, and he has to be blocked. So so it's like essentially an indirect way.
Nope, you have to block
to
get rid of something. Yeah.
So that was pretty good. And then of course you get a random list card of Crimson Vow. It's still a standard card. It's not interesting. Not that great because it's still a standard set. You can still buy it.
Another clue. You found another clue.
Yeah, if only it was blue.
It's a clue.
Yeah.
Sacrifices artifact, draw a card, and it has like the. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's a little weird. That's cool though.
Yeah, they've been removing like ad inserts with like other things. So.
Clue equipments.
There's a mask maker again.
Oh, he makes masks. That's his one thing he does.
Yeah. But I think so far your boxes have been pretty good, especially with even those special lands. You were at 5 of them. Again, I've been seeing like 3, and they're average around like $10 each. So
they're just good. Like you said, like in Commander, they're good to have those lands because they're utility. Like you said, big utility in Commander.
Here's a cool Lazov guy. We got the other Lazov, and this one's a different version of him. Again, he's been pretty good and consecutive.
Oh, black and blue, my favorite colors too.
Yeah, he's also does things for copying things.
Not a good commander though, I'm guessing, because he's too low cost.
He's interesting enough. He's possible. The other one was like 4 mana or so makes him not as.
So you want like big, like 8 cost commanders, right? That's the whole point, right?
Well, actually, usually the opposite. You want like lower cost things with really good value. So you start getting that 4 or 5 mana. It doesn't. You have to make sure it's really impactful when you play it.
There's that word again, the value, right? Value is a big word.
Yeah. Because any card could potentially have value, just its immediate value is what you're potentially looking for right off the bat.
See, like, you pull the spider. Like, why is this green? This should be black. It makes more sense if they're black.
A good part, I guess, if it makes you feel better, it's probably tied to a guild that guild's green-black. So
okay, that makes that.
It has hints of black into it. So.
Like, but rats are black. Like, that always bugged me playing the game. I was like, wait, so the rats are black, but the spiders are green.
Yeah.
Even though rats are probably less evil than the spiders.
Yeah.
Because they're scavengers, not hunters. So.
But.
We're still looking for that ley line, right?
Yeah, that's the big card in this set. Hopefully it's right. No.
Ooh, interesting. What does that do?
Exile target non-land card and engraver then that was put there from anywhere this turn. Copy it and may cast it without paying its mana cost. So it's really good again for mill. So you mill somebody. Oh, is that your big combo piece card? All right, I'm going to exile it, and I get my own copy of it. And then of course just the standard basic land and token. Yeah, we have people start showing up for our Tiny Leaders event. Should be occurring in
I hope your customer's not mad that we're taking the room still because we had so much to do.
And it's fine.
I'm gonna keep that for Nicole because I like that.
Unfortunately, I feel like it should have been. We're normally pretty good on our scheduling. We don't usually try to
I try really hard to work with you and Casey and make sure that I'm not coming in at an inconvenient time when you're understaffed.
Yeah.
Especially for Magic, because Magic I'm very ignorant and I'm really happy you're here because I would be flying through these cards being like, I don't know what that is. That looks cool. You know? Oh, cool art, cool foil. You know. Yeah. Actually, Greg just pulled the most expensive card and said, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. It looks neat, I guess.
It looks neat. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say.
This card was like, okay, talk about angels. If you're
Nicole,
your wife,
yeah.
So hold that to the. You have a little
absolutely
side
angels. Got to keep her cards. Yeah.
It's a pretty good, decent one too.
Ooh, lifelink.
Yeah.
That's some of the cool ability you don't see very often.
And then Ward 3 means if it ever gets Tart or Ward 2, I can't tell.
Disguise.
Yeah, so you could put it face down. So we're down to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We opened some. What was kind of cool is we opened some collector boxes with Derek, and we got a lot of like foil lands. So I think my wife has almost got a full set of foil lands.
That's awesome.
Play set of foil lands now, which is one of her goals.
Yeah.
It's one of those flex things, you know?
Yeah.
Foil lands.
One of the managers here, I think for one of his commander decks, his basic land base costs over $1,000.
I have a Proton pack that costs $1,000. Everyone has their hobby.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. I think there's things.
But trust me, like Magic tends to pay out more than a custom Proton pack.
So, yeah, there's I guess a more active secondary market.
There
for
is
it.
absolutely a safer investment.
Yes.
I would say, safer. Unless the game dies, and it's just no sign of slowing down.
Yeah.
With this Fallout craziness, I mean, they've got it down. They know what they're doing now.
Yeah, especially with
Marvel coming out too. Yeah.
So this is see, the card was so popular. He has his own card for him. When he's angry, he gets his own card.
Is it like a cactus? What the hell is it?
It's a mole. It's literally called.
It's a mole.
It's a mole god. Specifically.
Oh, we got another one of those?
It's him when he's angry.
Okay.
So he's so popular. He's so prominent in the set that when he throws a tantrum, he gets his own card. Again, this is another from the. I think this one's the Boulder Gate set, but it's also the key.
I know a few of the symbols. I know like Kamigawa. Like I know a little bit of the awkward, the older sets, but
there's
not much.
So many sets, and there's some sets like there's the commander version of the set, which will be a slight variation of the normal main set symbol. So like sometimes there's one set symbol that the difference between the commander set and the normal one, it's the smallest little shift on the set symbol. Like, is this main set or commander card? But yeah.
One of the Hound Dogs?
Yeah, these guys are just fun. I think it can be playable. I'm just trying to figure out like a deck to put that in. But there's some archetypes that you could already get some support with it. We're going to see a lot of, again, I think we've pretty much seen every single common and uncommon from the set right at this point.
Oh, wow. Well, really? Okay. Well, because you get so many more cards. Yeah.
This is a good reprint. This used to be my favorite card when it got first printed. I got all of them.
Assassin's Trophy?
Yeah. It's so destroy any permanent. An opponent searches,
for a 2 cost?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
but they get a search your deck for a basic land if into play. But it kind of was like stating how certain decks don't run a lot of basic lands in it. Mm-hmm. Some decks run very little. So if you catch them and not have basic lands, which in the competitive sense, you destroy it and they have no basic lands, so it's pretty much a 2-mana destroy anything. And the good part could be another one of their lands. So it has, you said like about destroying lands, like, oh, you're devoid of that one color, I'll blow up that land. Oh, that's the only one of that one color land you had there? Oh, that's so fortunate. I guess you got no color there.
Most of their detective calls, they're always kneeling. Like, they should really... What's this? Oh, like, what's this? Imagine the art direction. They're kneeling. They don't know where they are. Draw it.
Yeah, like I love to see like some of the artists like descriptors that they get. Like we need this. I'm like, okay, who is it? It's a guy. Okay, what's he? He's like in a trench coat. Okay, awesome. He wears a nice like trilby hat on. Okay, and he's in an alleyway. All right,
And I'm going through all these detectives cards, and like they're all kneeling in
Yeah.
some capacity.
like that.
Intrigued. How do I draw intrigued? You kneel and you look. You go close to something.
It's escape specialist. What's he doing? Oh, they're kneeling to get up.
Oh, we just pulled. Yeah, we just got another one. Yeah. We good play sets and stuff though, which is good.
Yeah. Another. Got this one foil. Pretty cool. And again, this stuff is. We're nearing the end of it, so it's going to soon be all the exciting packs next.
Almost there. We're getting there.
The good part, we've already technically over halfway pack-wise.
Luckily, the collector boosters are a lot more.
Yeah.
They're small. Was it 12 in a box?
No, they're 15. Oh, there's 12. Yeah, there's 12 packs in a box,
Okay.
but they're 15 cards in each pack.
And they're all foil, right? There's like weird stipulations. Like Derek was talking about those last time. Yeah.
All your commons are going to be foil. Then some of your rares can be foil and non-foil. Between extended art, normal art, and stuff like that. Wow, you got another one of these things. So you have 6 of these.
Dude, nice.
Followed by a mythic, which I'm not entirely sure. I haven't seen much of
Good,
this.
bad. He's 6 cost. He's heavy.
Yeah, the 6/6 for 6 is not bad. Fine trample. If it had haste, is pretty much what you're looking for in dragons.
Yeah.
So nothing crazy there. But the land, again, those lands are getting a lot of play in other formats outside of just standard. So it makes it very intriguing in that sense, where like people want to get them for just different archetypes.
Now, if they put like a land in like one of those pre-built commander decks like that, does that decrease the monetary value of the land?
Sometimes, yeah. There's cards I've seen that were like, there's a card called like Fire Islet. It was like a $12, $15 card. Now I think you can find it for like $4 because it got
Okay,
reprinted.
so just a little bit, not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, Soul Rings were printed in every single commander deck since the first commander deck. But still, somehow it's still $1.25,
Right. Yeah.
$2. It legitimately has, I think, probably one of the most printings of any card ever. Also, like basic lands.
I do want to say for our viewers that like I want to say Casey has the biggest selection of Magic cards in Mendocino County.
Pretty, yeah.
Right? That's a safe assumption to say.
Yeah,
Right?
I know. With in particular, his the whole Power 9. If anybody knows about the Power 9, which is the Black Lotus, Time Walk, Time Twister, Ancestral Recall, and the 5 other Moxes.
The 6-digit card, the 3 some
Yeah,
6.
another angel.
Ooh.
It's really not the other one, but
There's like is it like a Vice like a different version of her?
maybe. I think the other one is her leader.
Ethereal.
Yeah. So again, yeah, from her to her, but yeah, they're both Aurelia, and
Look,
course.
they call angels for you.
yeah,
Hello.
and see how the stat value switches and the mana cost switches between each one.
We got 40 people watching us. So we got
That's
like
good.
it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, no
Good for
problem.
us.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry we're not surfing Reddit being boring, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everybody's, I think, if they're watching, they're waiting for like the murder. I mean,
I try to watch QC, which I'm like, the dude's just surfing Reddit. I'm like, I don't get it. I was just
I mean, hey,
just scrolling Reddit. I'm like, what?
I think it's. I feel like there's different reasons people watch stuff for.
I
It's
guess
for
it's true. That is
excitement,
true.
or some
That
people
is
find
true.
it for like it feels like they're spending time with like a friend.
That
kind
is
of,
true.
yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It can get dangerous at that
I
point.
know.
But yes,
I know.
what you're talking about.
Yes, but a good. I mean, as long as, I mean, everybody you kind of gravitate towards. what you
Everyone
like.
has their own thing they like,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
can enjoy the
Yeah.
thing. That's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, with so we're getting down to the last few packs here.
Yep, 3
Hopefully-
more. Come on, where's the lane? Come on,
I know.
ley line.
Yeah.
We need the
Hey,
ley
but the
line.
good part, if you get in the other box, you can get extended art foil one, and that goes
Oh,
up
good
to
Lord.
like $50 per.
Okay. Okay. Paper is so expensive.
Just me. Yeah, that's some expensive paper. That's an interesting card. I like the art on
Cool
it.
art, yeah, definitely.
I like people's like interpretation of like, can you do? What would you think what was your interpretation of a masquerade? Oh, people swapping faces, like, yeah. Of course, more punch out, and then
Oh, yep. Trying to organize these over here.
yeah,
Do your due diligence.
yeah.
Just like food cards, that's fun.
Yeah, food is a mechanic in this game. Normal food, the food tokens are a usually token that you pay 2, tap, sacrifice it, gain 3 life. But there's some cards that use it a lot better than others. The good part, they count as artifacts. So if you have a deck that cares for artifacts, you make food tokens. You have
Oh, that's funny.
artifacts.
See, like I like some of these cards because it's just like you can hear the voiceover of like this guy like, I went down to the docks to find out my lead was hot, but I couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
Like they all talk like Batman for some reason.
You know, maybe the Ravnica air is not that great. Maybe like it really messes your vocal cords up.
Sorry. You know,
You're like, hey, sorry, my bad.
was it Pete Holmes with the Batman thing? I don't sound like that.
Yeah.
But you do.
Yeah, Pete Holmes, yeah.
Yeah, he did that. The character is really bad. Like,
Yeah. And like he kind of sticks his bottom lip out a lot when he speaks with them.
where were the other drugs going? What was that?
Yeah, it starting to like a bag, you know, really high pitched. No, it's not working.
It's not working.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good. Oh, I was just clearing my throat, though.
I lost my voice. Yeah, you should do that.
You just do that.
Do what? Swear to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Derek, that used to used to work there, we used to quote Pete Holmes stuff all the time.
Yeah, he's great. I love
Yeah.
his X-Men thing. Get a journal, Logan.
Yeah. Then he also did this fun series. It kind of feeds into the nerd thing. Look at another one of that card.
Because the cool thing is that you're going through and you instantly know what it is, so you
Yeah.
can just show.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's really cool.
Of
seeing
course,
your-
if people watch.
that's knowledge. That's
Yeah.
knowledge, man. That's
Yeah.
knowledgeable. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, things are.
That's cool.
This is the last pack in the set. Hopefully, get that ley line.
All right, ley line. Come on, Chase Car. Well, we did really good with
this. I mean, it's quite literally a red herring. You know?
We did really good though. Like
Oh yeah,
all
no, you got the
lands,
Vine Ripper,
utility, yeah,
the Vein Ripper,
the Vein Ripper, and
you've got
four or 6 lands. Yeah.
Doing pretty well.
Here we go.
All right,
Do I
cold
have
case
suspensional
cracker.
music? Anybody? Nope.
I say drum roll, but I don't think that would sound good over mic.
Yeah. Easy.
John Smith, all right.
Easy.
So you got
Eh?
more detects, more hats.
More hats.
Annealing and hats. Okay, you got the best of both worlds. Good. All right. Well, we'll see.
Maybe that way I get to upgrade it to. Oh no.
I got a mass maker. But you know, I mean, still, nonetheless, your box for this, people would be very happy with it. I mean, the fact that some of your commons and uncommons, I made the joke that there was these 2 cards that stuck out. They were kind of near each other, but we never saw any more of those commons or uncommons again. We just saw them in that small stint, and that was it. So these are like all these cards excellently got in. But all this stuff right here is definitely like playable or your rares. So
Just good cards. Good cards to use.
Yeah.
Just good
The
cards to
fact
have a
that-
commander or standard or whatever,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah.
But this card is not good standard, right?
yeah, it's not that great. No.
It's
Yeah.
trash.
But yeah, here's all your stuff and
All
all
right,
your rares.
so
and-
let's move you down. So what do you want to end with Return to Ravnica Remastered? Do you want to end with Murders of Manor?
So both of them have their big payouts. Murders, Karlov Manor, your big payout you're trying to look for is that one card we never got.
Let's try it. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a collector's box.
Yeah.
With collector's boosters. Now explain for people who don't know what that is. Explain what that is.
Collector boosters they have more rares than your average pack. They have a guarantee, I think, 5 rares in each pack, with some of them guaranteed to be foil. A lot of the rares, they've made extended art, so the art, instead of going to the normal border you see on your card, they'll go all the way to the very edge of the card. And then they'll sometimes throw some special things. This one, you're looking for the
Ley line.
ley line and also outside of the case cards, but you want the black light ones. Those are really kind of hard to find typically. I think I've seen people open like 2-3 boxes, only get 1. So
I've seen some of the Fallout stuff, and like I'm assuming
Yeah.
the $800 cards I've seen on TCG Player are very, very
Yeah,
rare.
yeah,
Which
very-
is it goes in hand
Yeah.
with
and then of course the box is going to be also packs. You're gonna I'm gonna notice they're a little bit more thicker. They're also not as easy to open up per se. So you get your 12 packs. They're also gonna, I think if I remember correctly, they're gonna have like an inside of the pack is gonna be foil as well.
So this is basically I don't want to call it gambling, but it's like high risk, high reward.
yeah,
with
it's
packs,
the
right?
it's the ultimate like again like the
Rush,
states
the ultimate rush.
the collector's pack. So even your commons and commons are gonna be pretty solid. It's just also notice you can hear more of the thickness behind it.
Oh, like
and
make
then
sure
also
they're
the
protected,
inside is
yeah.
also they kind of just go all out.
And they're beautiful cards
Yeah.
too. Like all of them are. They're
Also,
beautiful.
every pack's I guess Is it rares front? Oh, let's say it's a Japanese print. Yeah, so it's gonna be backwards. Like
Oh no, not again.
let's see.
It's okay, we got it.
I think there's like 1, 2.
Uh oh, I've used 2 gigs of my data on my phone for 5G. Careful.
6. I think 6. Yeah. So get another 6. So every card, your commons and commons could always be foil. So you're gonna get a lot of it, except your showcase cards, which could be foil or non-foil. But get your lands. Again, now we're gonna see a lot of commons and uncommons. They're all gonna be foil. Some cards are definitely more playable than others, but I think it's 6 the back, and then you're gonna be seeing. So you're gonna go commons, and then
It's just kind of cool too. Like if you really like a common card, you can have
Oh,
it in
yeah.
foil. Like
Oh,
you're
yeah.
guaranteed all foils on the commons and
Right.
uncommons.
So after this, it's gonna be your rares. So go part by your tokens. Your tokens are gonna be,
I don't know if that's good. I
It's-
don't know
it's-
what I'm
it's-
looking for.
but all your tokens are all gonna be double-sided. So they're
Oh,
all
nice.
double-sided foil. So if you like dogs, then you got a double-sided foil. This is your showcase foil. Then you got your normal other
Normal rare,
showcase.
yeah.
Then this is extended art, and also this is the commander
Oh,
symbol.
I see the borders. Okay, like
Yeah.
they don't. Do they
Yeah.
like all make a thing together?
No,
in
it just they took the art and just expanded it.
Oh, that's cool.
Um,
Make more variety in the set.
yeah.
Oh, they kind of look a little nicer when they do that. Actually, I
Yeah.
think.
So yeah, as you see, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rares in a pack.
Okay,
with
so it's
2 of them
you-
being foil.
Right.
So, and sometimes these cards, these are the ones that could be the blue light reactive one.
Right.
So that was the first pack.
Do we have a black light we could test it or?
We might. I think somebody snagged our last one, fortunately. But sometimes I think hopefully the camera, if it gets the right angle, you should be able to kind of see it.
Okay.
Let's see. So it's
So like the collector boosters are a big deal. Like they
2,
really are.
3,
Like
4, 5, and I think 6 the back. Yes.
There you go.
Okay. So this could be the showcase foil.
they look so pretty, but like
know.
yeah, but they're not probably great. They're just commons, but they look
Yeah.
pretty, right?
Again, kind of. This is also another showcase card saying who the murderer is. Try to guess it. And of course, you're guaranteed to get a foil
Ooh,
land.
yeah, the
So if you like your foil lands, it's also
we
good.
do
way
like
to-
the lands, yes. Wife likes the lands.
Yeah. So some notable cards you could be trying to look for is going to be Long Goodbye, and then No More Secrets. I think it is.
Is No More Secrets the same thing as that Wrath of God type of card, or?
It's like a special counter spell.
Okay.
And people love their counter spells.
Because I saw like Everybody Lives is like a card in Doctor Who that
Oh,
I
yeah.
pulled.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like,
that-
it was like a Wrath of God card, right? It
Yeah.
wipes the board or whatever. And,
Yeah.
oh, here we go.
All right. So after this is going to be it. All right. So the first one is Outrageous
cool.
Robbery. And the backside of it's going to be a bat token.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. That looks cool.
I like the color design. That's pretty good.
Is that the only way you can get the shiny tokens? Is the collector
Yes.
boost? Oh,
collectibles.
wow.
There's a lot of that. So the only way you get the extended art cards and the full tokens, and then the utmost highest like rarity is in collector boosters. Cool. They're already doing well. These are. Oh, if I was in camera.
Is that the black light one or?
No. These ones. This is just one of those good Surveil lands. The ones that you put the top card of your deck in your
Oh,
graveyard.
okay. Right.
This is one of the commander cards that you would get out of the commander deck. This is actually another playable card it's currently getting played in certain formats. So far you're doing pretty well. Between the land and this, it's pretty solid. And then the last rare was an okay card, nothing crazy. But again, between the cloak and the land, that would be notably like you would consider that a good pack.
Well, I think the thing that's fun that I've seen on TikTok is people will say like, I lost value on the pack, or I gained value,
Yeah.
I broke even. You don't have to say the amount, but you
Yeah.
can just be like, you lost value, or
Yeah.
you gained value,
Yeah.
or you broke even.
Yeah.
I think that's fun. People like that. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't spend much time on TikTok, so I'm too old for that platform. I'm too old for the hot thirst traps on that platform.
Yeah.
That looks so pretty, but it's just a comment, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just some beautiful cards
I
in
don't
these
think-
packs.
And see, the power of foiling
The
definitely.
power of foiling mainly makes the difference.
Yeah. Yeah. You got your showcase, your special floor lands. This card is just a playable card, and now with the reprint of this, made it standard legal, and is already played in Pioneer and Modern
You,
already.
you say like there's some cards that are just good cards.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? They may even be they're not super rare, but they're just good.
Uh-huh.
And like, why would you ever not take like one of those things? Why would you never not take the card? You know, like
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with me, Cody.
Oh, yeah, no
I
problem,
know it's a
yeah.
lot of stuff to.
Yeah, the clue token. Ooh, there's Tesa. That's a fun card. Nothing super crazy, and it's not blacklight reactive. You'll be able to, if from our angles with the look of the light over it, you should be able to see like words and everything. But
I can get a blacklight pen if you really want me to.
And the good part, so remember how the clue had like the special thing on the back side of
Yeah.
it. So this version, it's foil on the back of
Oh,
it.
jeez.
Yeah,
The chase is real.
so-
The chase is very real.
Yeah. So the first one's gonna be this. Vein Ripper, another good card. That's a card I was telling about earlier, that vampire.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
showcase. Not foil, but still good nonetheless.
Just good card, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he legendary or?
No, the reason why it makes it so good is because it's non-legendary. So
Oh.
in Pioneer and formats you're allowed to run 4 of, it makes it so you can run multiple of
run
them.
a play
And you,
set.
and you have multiple of them, like, no, you're getting double the benefits. So you have more than one of these. And each time they lose a creature, you're getting 2 life, and they're losing 2 life for each one of these you have on field. So you have 4 of them out. Oh, I kill your creature. You lose 8 life. You're like, oh, you dead? Okay, cool.
Oh, like, yeah, the extended art
Yeah.
looks really nice.
So I think this is one of the commanders for the new commander decks from this set. So this is where you get the alternative version with the extended art.
Right.
So that's if you want to bling your deck out the highest way. It's neat. Nothing crazy. But the cool part, you did get the Vein Ripper, which definitely covers. I think you made your value out of that pack. If you're trying to buy from a store and everything.
Yeah,
so
there
yes,
you go. Yeah, just
the
say you made your value.
You
or
made your
lost
value.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made value on that pack, which is good. So the last 2 packs have been pretty decent. So 2, 1, 2, 3,
I'll clean that out of your way a little bit.
6. Yes. Starting off on this.
And everything's so shiny and
I know.
pretty.
Yeah, which is the issue with all these cards being foils that they're going to slide around a lot more often. The good part, you should have like a full array of all the foil Flart lands, because the ones you pull naturally out of the packs and
Yeah, I have pulled a lot of those lands.
yeah. I like how it's called a concealed weapon, but the weapon is larger than the person on the card.
Oh, it's like Cloud Sword in Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. A big ass sword.
Oh, second thought he was making a ward-looking hat for his tiger, but yeah. That's really cool.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, shiny version of that.
Yeah, like certain foils, like if you look at the mouth and the eyes, they're foiling, like specific foiling. I like that. For comparatively some of my foils, it's just like a plant. Leyline. No, homicide investigator. What? Oh, it's the spirit guy, but he's nothing super crazy.
Oh, it's the cool like
Yeah.
alternate unmoves
Yeah.
too, or sigils.
So Summons Prize. And well, you still have plenty of
So
packs to go.
how we do on that one? Do we break even or?
It's probably a little bit under.
Okay,
So,
that's fine. No, yeah, just curious. I mean, for someone watching,
Oh yeah, generally.
it is technically gambling. I mean,
Yeah.
when you think about it, it technically is. I think by law it is gambling. So
Right.
it's like when you buy those packs at Target when Arcana was super rare.
Yeah.
Or when I was buying like Casey's first chapter packs for like $10, and I was like, I gambled and I lost.
Yeah.
That was the worst because you buy a $10 pack
Yeah.
and got maybe 20 cents worth of cards. You're
Yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah, it's always think everything's definitely like it cones out. The more expensive pack, of course, I think the bare minimum you could pull out of it, if you count everything value out, these average around like $25 a pack. If the bare minimum, I think I could see anybody pulls like $5, but $5 compared to 25 just feels good. Where if you get like a normal $4 or $5 pack, you can pull like 50 cents out of it. It's like the same scaling, but
I wanted to play a game where like you buy packs and then like you keep you keep buying packs until you can't buy based on what you pulled anymore.
that'd be interesting. All right, so we got
You know?
clues. No, we got your rares now. So first off, a foil cryptic coat. That's
Nice.
again a playable card.
I
and-
think I have a playset of those
yeah,
now.
and this is the highest rarity of it. So before, and it got another one in the land. So
Ooh.
far, you're right at a profit. I feel like.
Oh, that's great. That's a utility land, right?
Yeah, the ones that pits the top card of you get potentially put the top card of your deck into your graveyard, which is again certain decks use that a lot. And then your full rare. And another one. So you actually definitely
Wow, that's a lot of utility
I know
lands.
this one base value, non-foil, non-anything. It's like $12, $13 by itself. So being 13, being foil, it's going to be definitely more than that. So
They are beautiful packs. Like,
Yeah.
They are $30. But
Yeah.
so how did they suggest? So they have no SMRP. So how do they suggest the price to you?
So for as like in the business side of things, most things if you want to sell it for a value, it's been cutting closer. Nothing's like been wholesale. It's been closer to like we're buying at a 40% roughly on some cases. So if you're selling a pack for $5,
Yeah.
the store should have bought it for $2.50. But that has been the case for almost a decade now.
30%, right? Is
Yeah.
what you want to make, right? Is the business rule of thumb. I don't know if that's changed in the last decade or not, but
It all varies from like things, but yeah, match gathering prices because there's no MSRP. There's other games like for example Warhammer, you have to sell for whatever their price is. And
Right.
and there's other TCGs that are coming out soon. They're going to be following the same pattern. I think for one of them example, it's going to be Star Wars Unlimited because it's doing Asmodee products and they sell it. They make sure that you sell for like $5 a pack.
yeah. But
So-
Star Wars Unlimited looks so ugly.
It is.
It just looks really ugly.
It definitely has. The art is kind of the most lackluster part of it. I think generally across the board. I mean, some of the cool, some of the what's it? I think they're
mechanics?
hyper rare. I forget what they're called.
I've
They're
seen the
essentially-
chase cards, and I was
yeah.
just like, those are really ugly.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
all. You at first glance, I don't know what they do,
I
but
think there's a Palpatine for that one. If you get it, the highest version of it, it's like $350, $400.
you say good
yeah.
when you play.
Yeah, it's the game is pretty interesting. I see more TCGs have a lot more board game functionality than your standard TCG
Right.
functionality. Like get your opponent down to 0. Even Lorcana is an example of that. But this game is still because that's good too.
Oh wow, another utility land.
Yeah, you're getting pretty solid on these. And this is Kellen. This is the
Interesting.
weird, interesting art of it. It's nothing super crazy. It's just,
Not good. So not good commander.
yeah. This card's actually a good card in Commander. Even more so. So if an opponent would gain an extra turn, that player skips that turn instead.
That's insurance. You call it insurance.
Yeah, and then whenever an opponent attacks you with 2 or more creatures, draw their second card each turn or cast their second spell each turn, you draw a card. So it has all these clauses. So if you gain an extra turn, they don't. And then, of course, if they do anything in excess, you get a draw card.
Okay.
So it's like it keeps your opponent in check. Hey, we got another one that I think this is the normal art of that same vampire. Oh, no, vampire, the angel.
Oh, nice.
But so I'm not sure how many your wife needs, but there's another.
Never can have enough angels. When they
yeah.
never work, she gets angry.
You get all the flavors of angels.
Oh, nice. God, beautiful cards.
Yes.
They really do. Like the collector packs are really nice.
Yes, I'd say like they've definitely put more effort into keeping the art interesting, and then of course, one thing I like to say is some people don't like art from these sets, but there's people that love that same art. So people are definitely intrigued by the good diversity of art.
Hey, there will be those people who, like you said, you have a person who has all the specific lands he wants. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, it's some people who really want, maybe they want a foil of this common or a foil
Yeah.
of this uncommon. You know, they want a play set of that.
This is a good uncommon, which it's almost valued in some more than some of these rares you have.
Yeah. It's cool too because like you guys at the store, you guys have like a buy list. The cards you're looking for in
Yeah.
the local meta that are good right now. And like I think that's kind of cool. You have a big billboard that tells you what you're
Yeah,
looking for.
because we give more percentage or money value for cards that we know people are looking for because we want to make sure our community gets
Exactly.
the things
That's what
want.
it's about. It's like that's what keeps community the community alive. Is the game alive is the community.
Right.
That's the whole point.
So we got the detective.
Leyline? That's not Leyline. That's Phoenix.
It's the right letter.
Which pile is it gonna go in? That's what I want to watch you put.
It's
Okay.
It's gonna go in the
It's
rares.
gonna go in the playable pile.
It's kind of almost. It looks like realistic with like the closer look at its eyes.
He's witnessing a murder. I love the ooze thing. It's just ooze deck.
Profit. And unfortunately, nothing there.
How we do on that one?
It'll be considered more so on a loss.
A little under. Okay,
Oh.
that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much when you see those borderless,
You're pulling a slot machine handle.
yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
come on, Leyline. Leyline.
So, this one was sad because the way you organize it, you should always have a showcase foil in front. And of course, there's 2 different showcases in the set. Again, you're gonna have the whole shebang of all the lands.
Like I love the lands. They're so beautiful.
Well, this non-detective doesn't have a hat. Just has a hat. He's pompous.
He's very elitist in the world. Oh, and he's bad. That's how I'm gauging. I'm gauging how you organize the cards, whether they're good cards or bad cards.
I mean, each card has like a place. Of course, because they go in here doesn't mean again they're not a bad card.
No,
They haven't found their home yet. I guess.
There's also, like you said, there's different formats. Like there's draft form. There's other things that a card could be good in.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily Commander, which is the most popular. You said the most popular format in the area.
That's so cool. Whenever a creature is still damaged by a controller, may exile that many cards from top of their library. Then you put its cards on turn. Not bad.
Mill, but it's red.
It's like a self mill, but it doesn't go into your graveyard. It goes in exile. It kind of makes it so.
They can't shuffle them back in or.
So there's a lot of cards that punish people for drawing more cards. So red, the way they get around it, it's more of a risky quick ignition burn. So you're getting rid of the cards from top of your deck forever, but you have until the end of your turn to cast those cards, or else they're gone for permanently. We got a skeleton beast. That's cool. And the arts. Sam Gay. They are no relation to Rebecca Gay, but
no relation.
But they studied underneath them, I believe.
Okay.
But Rebecca has been a very prominent artist.
You really
Magic.
like the lore and stuff. That's really kind of cool. Yeah.
Well, just the artists. My friends and I would enjoy the artists. I think pretty much Wiley Beckett's been one of my favorite artists for the last 5 years. Her art's been amazing. With
I have comic artists that I enjoy too. Yeah, like one of those things you always buy their books or if they draw books.
I mean, trust me. I guess that also kind of interest from my from what was it called? I mean, not what's called comics. Of course, when for example, Todd McFarlane started drawing Spider-Man stuff like that whole Venom era stuff. That was
that looks great. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's my stuff. And then of course you have Rob Liefeld, which is notorious for not being a self-taught artist, and people do like it. I think again with Magic, one of my favorite things is because the art, I do like the artists, and just some of the arts I don't really care for. There's diversity in it, so people get to appreciate or dislike things. Where if you go to Yu-Gi-Oh, if you don't like that anime art style, you're not gonna like. You're not gonna like
any of the card game.
But there's anime art style lists. There's also very minimalistic. There's very overly detailed ones. And again, the diversity of art can cater to the players, so people can collect it for that aspect alone, which I do like a lot about Magic. Is that I've know people that collect artists. This card's a fun card. People were.
Oh, how do we do on that last pack?
That one was a.
Over under? I can't remember.
Probably under, realistically.
Right. I'm just curious because these packs are very pricey. I'm just curious about how they equivalate that. That's all.
Yeah.
I think they make it worth it. The hollows are so pretty.
Yeah, and this if you really want to click art. So this is where we get the rares again. It's an interesting card. Ooh, this is actually a blacklight card. You could kind of tell. Where you see it.
You were right. Holy crap! Can you see it on the? Oh, not really. It's hard to tell. Kinda. I see what you're saying. It's where the sigils would be.
Yeah, so that's cool. You got a blacklight card, so that's awesome. So this is already, you're up and it's on a mythic too.
Dude,
so,
nice.
So
is the card good or is it just because it's blacklight?
Let's see. So it's a 4-drop, 3/4. That's usually where you try to set. There's the bear test you could try. The bear is saying it's a 2/2 for 2. That means it's well statted. So it's a 4
so you're,
for 3/4.
You're not overpaying basically, right?
So yeah, 4 mana for 3/4. You're kind of already below the stats, but hopefully the mechanics of the card is good, what makes it good. At the beginning of combat of your turn, choose one. Cloak a card from your hand. That means you can put a card face down.
Right.
Or put a 1/1 counter on each colorless creature you control. So it's interesting. So
artifact deck, right?
Yeah.
So golems and slivers and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's not bad. So if you do hypothetically, because there's a lot of good artifacts in blue, and so if you just do green as a support color, this card could definitely be playable. And also it's one of the highest rarities of it too. Also, I realized this kind of a joke too. If you notice, from our angle we could see a little better, but it's continuing her body.
Oh, it is her outline.
Yeah, so that's kind of neat.
That is cool.
So far you're doing well. This card, Archons are always interesting.
Like StarCraft?
No. Maybe. There's something more fun. On the Trail, this card's an okay card. Oh, you got him on the ley lines. So
Did I
you're-
really? Oh,
so-
wow, look at that card.
Yeah,
It's
extended art.
beautiful.
Yeah, so if it begins a ley line of the guild pack, if this card begins in your opening hand, you just put it in play. For each non-land permanent you control, it's all colors. And then lands you control are every basic land type in addition to their type. So the fact
That's just a good card.
Yeah, the fact this card is, and of course, wow, this is the.
That's
this
a good pack.
Yeah, everything here. That's
Everything here is good.
yeah, it's like
Playable.
This is like the optimal pack, and of course,
Optimal pack.
yeah, optimal pack.
Winning.
But this one in particular, so I was saying how there was Tristani where she's doing stuff that's not normally what you would do. So this is, there's 3 different abilities, which kind of gives you an idea that there's 3 different identities to the card. Each individual one has their own like thought process.
So 3 different things.
Yeah, so
utility.
So the first one is kind of throws off because it says target creature gains Death Touch. Death Touch is normally a black ability. Mm-hmm. The fact that this card gives Death Touch, other 2 abilities are very within the colors of those colors. So kind of even the card alludes to something that like is something off with it. But yeah, no, that pack is so far like those are packs you're searching for in it.
The good packs.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the packs.
So yeah, definitely a profit in it.
Beautiful packs, dude.
And I guess yeah. So just any one of those cards by themselves could definitely would consider like a people be happy with it. But the fact that you got like 4 of them in one pack.
I did enjoy I did this at home in a video, but I did the Wilds of Adeline, the fairy tale one.
Oh, Wilds of
I
Adeline,
really liked that set.
Yeah.
It was a really colorful, fun set.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what it did. I just enjoyed a lot of the art and the names.
Oh, yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
Well, the artist I was talking about, Wiley, her art, first thing I think she drew for was for that set, and that's when I kind of like feel, well, this is, I think the full one's actually worth money for this one. And it's a bicycle, cool.
Well, we go much faster when we don't have 36 packs to cheat through.
And of course, that's where we
Clue. My clue's pointing over here now. You ever seen that stuff I give us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got a raging clue.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not appropriate for a family-friendly stream.
Yeah. Luckily, if nobody takes anything out of it. But so far, this pack's not looking that great. One of these cards interesting.
Mythic.
Yeah. But unfortunately, not every mythic. Well, this kind of makes it like breaks.
You're still putting it in the playable pile, so I'm seeing the playable pile.
I mean, the good part, like, because rares just in general are usually baseline have some value to it. Commons and commons, because by definition, they're even your uncommons still common to an extent. But there's certain rares that or definitely hold more value over others.
And you said there's multiple types of ley lines, right? That's just one of them, or was that the ley line we wanted?
That's the ley line. So there's been other ley lines that have existed.
But that's the one we were wanting in this pack.
Yeah.
Nice. That's the chase card.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So you so far, and also in this one box, you got both the 2 big cards, and you got the Vein Ripper and the ley line. So this thing is Wizard must really like you because
Magic. No, it's RNG. It's all RNG, people. It's RNG. It's all random.
No, trust me. No. Yeah.
It's the worst when you're in a Facebook group and you see everyone pulling those because again, remember, there's 20,000 people in there. Yeah, you're gonna see all the pulls like when they do it. And you get 2 boxes, get nothing. You're like, ah.
I mean, as you know, Malachi that works there, his Lorcana pull rates are absurd. I think he's so far as at 12 or 13 enchanted cards pulled.
Well, I'm under the theory, not to get too off canter, I'm under the theory that they front load a lot of the enchanteds in the first printing.
Yeah.
In the first distribution. I think they front load them all. Because Nicole and I have opened 3 or 4 boxes the first chapter and pulled 1.
This card's a fun card. This is an interesting card because it brings up a mechanic that hasn't been used for a while, the Wither mechanic, which was originally introduced in, I believe, the Lorwyn block. So if you know Lorwyn, Shadowmoor, all those cards, that set, the Wither mechanic was in there. This card brings back the Wither mechanic, and of course this is like the highest rarity of it. It's a showcase. I mean, 1 layer higher would be the Blacklight variant of it, but this is a pretty good card, followed by another good card. So far, this pack's been doing pretty well.
Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. You keep talking about utility every time I see those cards,
This card's all right. No wins this. I think this card's pretty fun. It's another board wipe.
The 4 for one board wipe, Your Wrath of God. But you said the same cards, you do the same thing, just call different things,
And this card, I think it might be the new leader rule. So it's kind of cool. Nothing super crazy. But again, if you're looking at stats of 4, 4 for 4, So right there, you're decent.
Good,
Other creature
good
control.
commander,
Well, let's see. So the first one is creatures of haste. That's also a good ability. So just that alone, you can build like a very aggressive deck. Whenever one or more face-down creatures you control. So this one cares. That's where it kind of teeters down for.
Where it's, you have to do the face down
yeah,
disguise
so,
thing.
Yeah, so if you're not overly committed to that as a mechanic, then it's not going to feel as great. All right, this could be our last word is Karlov.
If we get another ley line, maybe
Hey,
possibly.
hey, try to go
Anything is possible.
If you get the external art foil one, then you're really in the money. So.
Lightsaber terrible.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so let's be the last
Showcase,
pick.
yeah.
Again, spoilers.
Drum roll.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even like cards like this, like I like cards that use like negative space really well, and of course like it's just black and outline in white. So there's only 3 colors in this whole card, but it looks like there's so much going on.
Yeah, it looks really beautiful. Huh?
Yeah, the case cards are cool, case by case. Apparently, the third one? No, I was kidding.
3 are the same. It can't happen.
I like the foiling on this card too. Like the different angles definitely give more feel to it. The good part too, like I like certain games do foils better than the others. Like I think this new talk about the new Star Wars one. I don't think the foils look that great to be honest. They definitely have that sheet of foiling instead of like a specific targeted foiling on things.
Oh, a clue! We found a clue again.
Oh, you got guy, but not foil this time. Yeah, I think you pulled him non-foil.
I have a playset of her, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Innovator. Bolt Bender.
He bends bolts.
Yeah, apparently.
Kind of his thing.
And Assassin Trophy, and there's one last card. So overall, I'd say your box is fairly solid. I think you definitely made most of your value off of it. But yeah, the good part about this set comparatively to the last collector booster box we opening, that one you're looking for serialized
cards, right?
And those things are going to be like the higher value.
I'm going to put these. These are just too pretty. I'm just going to put these in.
Oh yeah,
all together. They're too pretty.
And of course, again, between the Vine Ripper. Are you gonna open this one?
No, you got it, man.
Okay.
You know what you're looking for.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, oh, that. I'm gonna stop at every card, and be like, that's beautiful, and you'd be like, yeah, but it's trash.
The good part, luckily, we're bookending it with Ravnica, but again, the thing you're really looking for in this one is hopefully serialized cards, and then the anime borderless ones.
Yes, that's what I pulled, and that's what I pulled with Derek, and not the Doctor Who one, it was like Merfolk, some kind of Merfolk.
Oh yeah. Oh the. If it was Lost Caverns, the one would have been was the Ixalan set that we were opening?
I think so.
Okay, that one there's a card called.
I can go back. I have the VOD. I can go back.
Awesome. All right, same thing. The packs have
beautiful box. Beautiful
also,
pack.
if you've just filled the pack, it just feels thicker. Everything about it just feels just more qualities put into it comparatively to your standard drafter set.
You got to protect those cards.
Yeah.
People grade these too. I mean,
yeah.
You know, like it's a thing. You
Yeah.
know, like fine jewels are gold. You know,
Yeah.
like it's serious business.
Yeah. Again, these packs feel very thick and everything. Of course, the foil inside. Hopefully, these ones are okay. No, got to do something again.
It's just Japanese prints again, or wherever they print them.
5, 6. Yeah.
Try to keep stuff organized over here. It's a lot easier when there's 2 people here at home. When I do this at home in front of my table, I'm just surrounded by trash.
Cards.
Like it's really tough.
Yeah. The good part, Guild Gates, again, they're fun. This card has got a lot of standard play.
I have a play set of Crackling Drake now too.
Really solid. And a full Remand. I know if you like Remand, then.
I do like my remands.
Yeah.
I do. Anything that makes the player rage, that's terrible. But I guess I just don't get to play. No, you don't.
That's generally,
You those games, I'm going to spend, and you're like,
yeah.
halfway on the table ready to stop whatever you're doing.
All right, you got a
Scout?
Ooh, really good. Right off the bat, you got a retro frame foil Godless Shrine. Really popular.
That's a shock gland, right?
Yeah, shock gland.
I have 2 of those already. Nice.
Yes. And the good part too, I love the retro frame because it brings back the old the Coast shooting star on the bottom of it.
Oh, and it does have the shooting star.
And then also kind of like the retro frame foils, how they did back when they first came out. The art wasn't foil, the surrounding border was a foil part of it. So again, it's really good right off the bat, already value on it. Got an anime. I think each package.
I pulled one of her already. Yes, I did.
So this one's pretty solid. with another Shockland behind it. So you're already up. Retro Frame Foil.
This is a good
Soccer.
pack.
Yeah,
Good pack. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Cryptcast, a very, very playable commander card. Doubles all your swamps that you tap for. So if you tap a swamp, you tap for 2 black
So
mana.
if he's just on the field, he just gets that? Oh, wow.
And then this card's just really pretty.
Oh yeah, that is a cool card. I
Yeah.
pulled one of those too. You pay mana and then you swap life and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll say, again, right off the bat, great pack. The fact they got 2 Shocklands in their first pack, one being Retro Frame Foil. The other
clip
one's being
that,
Retro...
hashtag clip that for me, would you?
Yeah, but yeah. First pack, it's doing really good. I mean, so far your value's been pretty well.
I just think the crypt thing. I mean, I think I've seen that card. They reprinted that card, haven't they?
Well, remember the master sets, everything is a
Right.
reprint.
So I think I've seen that card
Yeah.
before, and I think I've used it. Might even have a place of it somewhere buried in my closet.
All right, but we'll make sure retro frame. That's awesome. Electromancer. And then now you get these full signets.
Signature signets, yeah.
Yeah. Again, very, very playable. Commander players, again, play crafter. Again, you're just going to see, like, it's like the best, the greatest, oh, if I keep it down here, the greatest hits of Ravnica.
But no glimpse, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I guess I don't want Mill in the deck.
Yeah. I mean, there's a chance, again, you can get Bruvik if you get an anime borderless foil. It's pretty good. I think it's like maybe close to $20.
Oh, it's been a long stream.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No. You can go keep. No, I'm not in any hurry. Like this is. Let's take our time with this. And make sure it's done right and looks nice. And
Cranko Mob Boss, a very playable goblin with this anime borderless. I like how, again, with the selective foil, I like it that he himself is not full, but everything else accented behind him kind of makes him pop out, even like on the stream too. Sacred Foundry borderless, good. Lavinia, she's very fun. She could be played as a very competitive card. For the fact she's a 2-mana 2/2, so she passes the bear test. But then her ability, each opponent cannot cast a spell, can't cast spells, non-creature spells, if they don't have lands. So they can't cheat cards out. So like they have a...
lands are basic lands. So if they have a specialty land out, that counts?
Yeah, so, well, this thing is, like, say if they're trying to cast, like, green has those creatures that tap for green.
Yes.
And then, like, say they're trying to play like a big enchantment.
Birds of Paradise, we pulled some of those.
Yeah, so let's say we try to play like a 7-drop, but they only have 3 lands. With her, it says you can't.
Okay, so it stops them.
And if anybody casts a spell that costs 0 mana, she counters it. So the fact that she on the field just makes you play fair magic.
Fair magic.
It's good.
I remember, Birds of Paradise being a very expensive card at one point.
It
Maybe
was.
when it first came out. Before
I
they
know if you have
reprinted
a 7th edition full, 7th edition full, anything's worth a lot of money, but a 7th edition full Birds of Paradise is like, last time I checked, like $600-700. Yeah. This is also, very playable card. Even though it's a common, this is actually something you would want to actually save. It's worth several dollars.
It's for a common.
Yeah, for a common.
But it is hollow and it has the
because if you read it,
stuff.
it's a 1-mana 0/3 reach, and then after when you interplay, you're allowed to play an additional land from your hand into play. So it's.
Well, that's growth, right?
It's all the again. That's just the greatest hits of
What's the call? What's it called when you're trying to get ahead on land?
A ramp.
Ramp.
We'll refer to
That's
as
what
ramp.
it's called. Ramp. That's right. Get the word for it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, okay, good. Skullcrack, very playable. This card gets played in some modern decks because it prevents people from gaining life. So like, I'm going to gain 5 life. Like, actually, I'm not going to gain no life.
Actually.
And on top of that, you also take 3 damage. Like, it's like, you do not pass go, you do not collect $200. Oh, got if I keep
retro and
then foil.
Modern and retro.
Yeah. Again, most of these cards are going to be, we saw earlier in the stream, but yeah, most of them, again, Lightning Helix. Again, both packs have it. The good part, it's been very playable ever since it came out. One of my favorite Magic moment histories ever is like Honolulu 2000. That's good, very good card. Actually, I'll put this aside. It's like $1 so by itself.
For a common.
Yeah. But it's like Honolulu 2006, the final match game. It came down to the guy, it was a 1-1, and the guy has to get a burn spell to kill a person. And I'll give it to
And
you
he
later.
top decked it?
Yeah, and so he stands up and he flips over the card onto the table, and all the shoutcasters for the game, it's like, oh, I need Helix. Oh my god. Oh my god. It lives like in infamy for me. It's really good. Oh, this is my favorite. So Pack Rat. Rats. So it's the anime one. So Pack Rat's power toughness is equal to each rat you control.
Yes.
And then you pay 2, discard a card, and you make a copy of it. So it's like the pinnacle rat card. So I'll say that's probably a card you
Yeah,
buy.
yeah, I do. Yeah, that is a good card.
The Illusionist Bracer is a really good one. This did get some standard play when it came out on the Ravnica set. But
And there's utility in those cards, I think.
yeah,
It blew my mind when they released those cards.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, those cards are...
yeah. But yeah, I remember there's a very popular guy, Brian Kibler. He did Hearthstone streams, and he has his own YouTube channel where he does like Commander now. But he used to be a professional like Magic player. He in his tournament winning deck has a Fire and Ice, which is a card that it's a card that still gets played to this day. But if you get this the World Champion Series deck of it, it has his like little scribble signature on it. Of course, it's like gold border.
Now, in Pokemon, if an artist signs the card, it devalues it. Is that the case in Magic as well? Or
No, I mean, so because Magic's been around long enough. For example, like the Black Lotus, very famous card. Christopher Rush unfortunately passed away like 7 or 8 years ago. His signature wasn't really common. So like Post Malone currently owns a like PSA 9, I think it is.
Verified signature?
Which is was valued around $850,000. And then that was at the time was one of the most expensive Magic cards in like circulation. And then of course he just recently, not recently, but the Lord of the Rings he got the 1 of 1 thing, which is valued around $2 million. So he has the first and second most expensive Magic cards.
Dude, he's got money to burn.
Yeah, you know. Also the fact that he's only like 25 years old makes you feel.
He's only 25?
Yeah,
he's had a rough job.
He's
he looks older.
He's been drinking and smoking since he was a kid. So Sapling and so to speak, it rares. Blind Bean, it's actually a very, very playable card. Extort, the way it works is whenever you cast a spell, you pay black or white mana, and each opponent loses life, and you gain life equal to that. And also, all your opponent's artifacts and creatures into play tap. So, talk about angels and anime.
Oh, wow.
It's that one Aurelia, but this is the anime version.
Oh, it's the anime version of it.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Massacre Girl is a very popular card. I know Alex, the manager here, he ran this as his leader for his command deck for a long time. Oh, Karn the Great card. This card's a modern powerhouse and also commander powerhouse. So this is a really good card to pull.
Good card.
Yeah, it was a rare. Got shipped up to a mythic. The fact that you got the full one. So this is a good pen. I would say you definitely made your value out of this pack. Between,
I feel like we're on Pawn Shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the thing, like that's a good value. You know the way they say it on the
value.
thing.
Yeah.
Didn't he get sued? Like he's not doing great. That guy.
Yeah.
No, but that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So much organization.
5, 6, 7.
Can you handle that for yourself for a minute? I'm gonna go
Yeah.
get a box and start
Oh,
getting
yeah,
these
no problem.
into a box.
Let me make sure to keep things center focus. And, but yeah, no, I think so far everything in this box has been great. The fact that the first pack kind of just spoiled us with the double Shocklands, with one being a retro frame foil. The set is, I think, it's just very fun. I think also the alternative arts for like this Rhythm of the Wild, it's very fun. Again, if you've been playing Magic as long as some of these people have, the nostalgia is definitely in here too as well. Again, talking about the manager here, he loves Ravnica so much he's got a thing called a cube or a battle box, where he has pretty much every single card that ever had the guild symbol on it, foil. Some are more pricier than others, but yeah. Dreadbore, fun card, wonderful card. Still gets played this day. Followed by Borderless Watery Graves. Awesome.
Oh, Water Graves is a good card.
Yeah.
That's a utility land, right?
This is Shockland.
Shockland.
And then got Copy Enchantment. This card's funny. It's a 1/1, but whenever it receives damage, it's for, again, fails the bear test being a 5-mana 1/1, but whenever this card takes any damage, instead of taking damage, you put that many 1/1 counters on it.
Oh, wow.
So you're like, I hit it for 100. You're like, you mean?
Ooh, actually.
I get 100 1/1 counters on it.
Ooh, okay,
Oh,
sure.
no. But yeah, we're halfway through the box.
Halfway through the box.
But so far, I think your first half of the box has been great. So,
Yeah, I mean, like it's all random. People have more luck than others. I'm getting good luck apparently.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, I mean, trust me, between your I think every box has been pretty solid so far. I mean, this first pack, again, like I said, it kind of spoiled us with the double fetch lands. Or the shock lands with one of being a retroframe foil. Again, a lot of Boros cards consecutively now. I'll try to get to the more stuff because most of the cards have been the same lot. The rares is where everybody's looking for. Interesting card. Not per se the best, but it's fun.
Oh, cool art though. Another goblin.
Yeah, Krenko. Krenko's been... Oh, Steam Fence. This is really good. Also, my favorite thing is that they got the art from Rob Alexander. He did most of the original dual lands. And of course, followed by Blind Obedience. So again, talking about profit and Sphere of Safety for uncommons, a very playable uncommon. Pretty much, creatures can't attack you. They can attack you, but they have to pay 1 mana for each artifact enchantment you have. So if you do an enchantment deck, like, okay, I have 7 enchantments. You want to attack with your 1/1? Pay 7 mana. Oh, you want to attack with 3 creatures? Pay 21 mana.
There you go, yeah.
Like, okay.
Are we having fun yet? I could see. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. But yeah, so far, like, I think you've been having more packs with a profit on it than with.
I don't care about if the card's good.
Yeah.
Honestly, is what it is. If it's playable, if I can put it in a DH deck, I do have a Fallout deck.
Yeah.
So like, I could put it in the Fallout deck.
Ooh, that's weird.
If I feel dirty.
A random rare in the middle of the pack, which is good because it's a shock land.
Shock lands all around.
out of sorting. Okay, that's cool. I mean,
you get a shock land, and you get a shock land, and you get a shock land. It's just
in between commons and uncommons. It's awesome. It's like, oh, sorry, didn't get no shock lands? Bam, more shock lands.
More shock lands. Just thought you were done. Boom, shock land. This entire pack is now shock lands.
Yeah. I know Pokemon, they sometimes still do that where they have God packs or dubbed God packs.
Oh God, yeah, I've pulled some. I've pulled a couple of those in my lifetime. Yeah, where it's just like I get like a secret rare, another secret rare. I'm like, what?
And you get as soon as your first rare, normal rare slot card is a borderless foil Overgrown Tomb, very playable shockland. Full Prime Speaker. This card is kind of playable. Not bad. Followed by another. This is a triple shockland pack. So
triple threat. Should we look with that triple threat?
Yeah, so
you thought you were done with the shocklands? I was just getting started.
Yeah, that was amazing. That pack had, I think, an extra rare in it. You got legitimately an extra rare and a very good extra rare. It could have been easily much like a 50-cent rare instead of like, oh, by the way, here's a $11 rare.
Here's an $11 rare. Just just for funsies. Here you go. Thanks, Greg. The RNG God smile. Like, I have opened some pretty Lorcana owes me a lot of good cards. If you thought that, I've not have been having great luck with Lorcana.
But when you finally get that hit, though, it's gonna be so much. You're gonna you and your wife are like, yes, we
finally. And we did get Scrooge McDuck, and that's like the one to get. It's Scrooge. It's the Ducks from Ducksburg. Everyone likes that. Everyone likes that show. It's the new one, but that's okay. The old one's so much. I like the old one better because they sound like cartoon characters. Huey and Louie sounding like adults really throws me off.
Yeah.
they're all voiced by talented comedians, but just they're all adults, and I'm like, this is very weird for me. Ooh.
It's all right. Fortunately, it doesn't. It cares for 2 specific colors a lot. So if you're not invested in that double color,
I think I know where that card's going.
I'm gonna still put it.
It's the good pile and then the bad pile.
Yeah. This card has been like a lot of people's fan favorites. It's the way you pronounce that, even though it has no vowels in it. It's been synonymously known as Fibblethip.
Fibblethip.
Yeah, Fibblethip.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's been so popular that they in the next set that comes out next month, it's going to have a new version of them.
Commander?
But it's called the Commander. Yeah.
Can he be a commander?
Yes, I know several kids and adults have built this. He has unique mechanics. Whenever he enters the battlefield, draw a card. If it entered from anywhere that wasn't your library, draw 2 cards. So if he's your commander, you're not casting it from your hand. You're casting it from
the battlefield or whatever.
Yeah. So
not a good commander, but good card.
Yeah, good card. I think people like running their decks. Not the great card, and that's funny because he's Fibblethip, totally lost, and then there's the Lost, and this is the anime one of it. So not bad. I got down to the last 4 packs. It's been pretty. Again, I think you've got so many shocklands. It's absurd.
Yeah.
You got a triple shockland pack, so. Yeah, no problem. This card, I remember there's a deck that is based around using this card. Essentially, it's a self-mill deck. This card, whenever this card goes to your graveyard from your deck, you can exile it, and your opponent loses 3 life, you gain 3 life. So it's a pretty. Let's go there. It's good, but not that good.
But not that good. Right?
Yeah. I think when that deck first came out, it was probably considerably more valuable.
Try to angle it down a little bit more. There you go.
Like this.
Yeah. There you
Yeah. There's definitely
Leapfrog, we've seen him. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that they're all beautiful, like it just they're commons, but they just look so much nicer when they're foil.
Yeah, and of course, again, what they choose to do foiling on the card definitely feels good because, like, again, the archway is non-foil, but everything else is. And it's like his helmet and everything. And then go to your rares. That's pretty cool. I know Alex, in particular, he might want this card, so I'm not sure if he got it or not. But it's a retro frame foil Master Girl, pretty cool. Ooh. Followed by
another
Shockland, which is good. Rakdos, the Lord Riots.
That art is beautiful.
Yeah.
What is it called? It's Aqueduct or
this one?
Hollowed Fountain. Okay.
Yeah, Hollowed Fountain. Yeah.
Yeah, look, beautiful art. Beautiful.
Unfortunately. Okay. All right. Let's see without spoiling too many. All right, so starting off with, those were, my bad. Live stage. Again, Boreal Greys are very, very playable. And of course, Signets, you can never go really wrong with Signets.
Yeah, they're just good to have. I mean, I think we have a playset in mind deck somewhere.
Again, all these cards, like, in their own respective things, are really good cards. And again, the fact that...
But make sure I have those. I have the card. Love the card.
Yeah, you want it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, you put in that pile. Like, I'm keeping all
of
them.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just making sure they all go in the box. I don't...
Yeah.
So that guy can get in here and play his Call of Cthulhu, so I'm not taking up more of his time. I knew it was going to take 3 hours, though, because we had so much to open.
Well, this card's cool. It's a anime borderless protein hull. Very playable in Commander.
Oh, whoa, cool. Cool art. Beautiful art. We still have almost 50 people watching us, too.
Yeah, it's Chromatic cool. Lantern. Very cool.
Oh, wow. Yeah, beautiful card.
Yep. Oh, this card's kind of playable. I know people pull this. It's talking about that one Ghost Hunter lady. She kills.
Oh, the Planeswalker.
Yeah, so Karlov, that's the Karlov Manor, so this is Karlov, the Ghost Council. And then a Frontuna.
Oh, I've heard that card. That card is good, right? That's the Diabolical Tune. It's less good as but costs less. Costs half, right? So.
Yeah. And then the last card is Aetherize. It's not bad. Return all attack creatures on his hand for 4 mana.
They can all be full of Shocklands. They can't all be 20 Shocklands.
I know. I think you're already up a decent bit in your Shocklands. So, nonetheless, I think you've made the value of the box just in Shocklands. So, I think if you want to just talk about that, the takeaway is that.
The takeaway is the Shocklands are valuable utility lands.
Yeah.
A second. Go ahead and do that last one. Maybe if I leave, you'll have like a super mega land.
Yeah. So we gotta. I do like the fact that you get so many retro frame and non-retro frame cards, which will feel pretty good. Of course, some of these cards are. I feel like most of these cards have definitely had their playability in different formats, and it's what makes it very. Feels good when you look at these cards. And sorry, I'm not probably the best person for say like the online presence because more so behind a counter. Yeah,
you're fine.
You got foil rat. Do you want this foil burglar rat?
Dude, keep it up in that pile. Okay, put them all there. Yeah, I'm keeping all of them. So you're good.
Yeah. All right, got another Lavinia foil retro frame.
You're here for your expertise, sir. Because otherwise it would be like pretty.
Yeah, breeding pool. Getting another.
Greg, you pulled another card. Pretty. Next card.
This card got some play during standard. It was pretty good. And for a second that was a retro frame foil shock. And then for the last pack.
So all Shocklands, right? This is how that works?
Yeah. All retro frame
beautiful
foil.
cards. Like beautiful cards.
Yeah.
I can't. They're just so gorgeous.
Yeah. All right, this is going to be, after this, hand it over to Greg, and I'm going to probably go see what needs help out there, but, or maybe not. Let's see, well, he's got something potentially in store.
We got a surprise. Told you guys, for those of you who stuck around the whole stream, we have a surprise.
Yeah.
Hey, Squires, we have a surprise. We're going to unbox 2 Fallout collector boosters. These are the last
Yeah.
you have in the store.
Yes, yes.
This is it. Like this is it. Like these are the big ones.
Yeah, let's see if you can get some of those really big showcase cards everybody's have been looking for. Yeah, but yeah, there's again, I think overall the quality of all these packs has been really good. I've not seen any noble like misprints or any issues with cards. So
Well, people love misprints when they're
yeah.
when they're
Oh, yeah.
viable, right? Crinkle cuts or misspellings. People love that.
all right, so this is gonna be the last rares you're gonna see for
Here we go. Leyline.
first one.
No.
Ruvik, talking
Ooh.
about the guy, Retro Frame Pro, this is actually worth a decent bit. So if an opponent would mill one or more cards, mill twice as much. So this is the mill guy.
That's
So,
my mill deck.
so yeah, this is, you finish off talking about mill, started off talk about mill, we're
That's
finished off
20
the set.
cards for Glimpse.
Yeah.
Because Glimpses does 10. That's
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, and of course with the petitioners and everything, how they tap and they mill things, 13 becomes 26. So good.
Very playable.
Cloudstone Courier, also very
wow.
playable card. Also
Beautiful.
anyway. That's a definitely really pretty good card. Bottom, not as
That one just seems situational.
yeah.
Yeah. As like I said, ooh.
This is a very very playable card. It's been on the potential chopping block of so many different formats. It did eventually get banned out of Pioneer, but this card is very contentious. So the fact that what breaks it down doesn't really matter what its activate abilities are. It's a static ability. Each opponent can only cast things at sorcery speed.
Oh, so instance, nope.
Nope. So there's also cards too like cascade effects. Technically, you keep.
That means you
flipping
can't play anything on. You can't interrupt them because
Yeah,
it's
so
sorcery
it pretty much
speed.
makes to soft. No, you're supposed
Oh, that's
to.
very good. Now, can he be a commander?
No, unfortunately, no. And
Dude,
then-
that was so broken
yeah,
if he could be.
Yeah, no, people. I think people would just probably quit the game. But again, the fact that you got these two cards, which again, probably would make either one of these would make a pack. In fact, you got both these on your last pack.
That's rad. That's
It's
a
awesome.
good,
So
good, like,
good
line.
send off. Yeah, I'll say again with I don't even know how many shocklands you got. I could count through them real quickly, but yeah, you can.
Yeah, here I have all your cards that you organized because you kept
Yeah.
them. You smartly kept
Yeah.
them. Wait, I just mixed them. Hold on.
Well, those are all commons and commons.
No, I know, but this was the pile that you mixed earlier. There we go.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go. So that's
yeah.
that's the other pile you made. So if you want to count the shocklands and
Yeah.
show those off.
Yeah, you did really well, I think, overall. Again, so do you want me to move over that seat and you can open these Fallout
Yes,
packs?
let's see. Like I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll switch locations.
geez.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently, I might knock your camera around
Nah,
a
you're
little bit.
fine.
Let's see if you
It's a big
still see
sturdy
it.
thing.
Yeah.
So I do know a little bit about this. So I'm a huge Fallout fanboy. It's a great Bethesda game. I like the isometric RPG as well. Of Fallout, they did a very limited run of these, super limited. I'm a big sucker for Fallout fans. These are
Yeah.
$35 a piece.
Yeah.
These are very expensive Fallout cards, just like the other collector boxes are 30, but these are more expensive and they're super limited. Is the big thing. Big limits. I just want to find some cool Vault Boy cards. I want to find some bobblehead cards. That's what I
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
That's what I want to find.
Yeah. I think hopefully these packs are more. Hopefully, you don't have to flip anything around. I think they fit the rare on the back of these. Hopefully. We'll see when you finally get it out of the casing. So I think we're looking at the back of the pack, maybe. Yes.
Okay,
So-
so I flip it and it should be.
Yes. So the good part, this is gonna be easy. So it's ready, stream ready. So you
Stream
should,
ready.
So
So we have some-
So you got
we
to
have
search
land.
for land.
Beautiful.
Can't tell.
Disubscribe. It's hard to tell with the logo. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know like certain rarities. Like again, I don't know if it's uncommon or rare. I can't. It might be a rare.
It's rare. It's
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah. So,
So-
it might not be pack ready.
It's not pack ready.
Or maybe let's see. Is that an uncommon?
Butch Tunnel Snake. He has uncommon.
They rule.
They do. They're the tunnel snakes. What a fun! This is the first time I've ever seen these cards opened. Hell yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted some bobbleheads. I think it's just uncommon, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Just cool
So
art.
I just think the pack starts off with a rare because there's mainly most of the cards have been rares and uncommons in the set. So I think you just keep it as standard. Talismans are always playable. Talismans are very
It's so good. Yeah, and it has the comic on it too. The awesome comics. I mean, like, and so like for those of you out there who like maybe are concerned, I guess they're gonna remake these cards in a non-Fallout version.
yes. Yeah,
But what's the fun in that?
yeah. The good part, luckily, people hopefully will you can always buy secondhand, and the secondary market might fluctuate. I know some of the cards have been going up in price due to the fact that
They're limited.
Yeah.
It's just a thing, like, limited. Piper Wright, Public Reporter. Good Good commander? Eh.
It does common damage to player, investigate. If you really want to maximize, I think that card would probably be better in your deck instead of as
Right,
a
as
leader.
a commander.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Scavenger Ground, that's a playable rare land from the set, from most Magic. So.
Exile all graveyards. Oh, to stop
Yeah.
people from shuffling back to their deck.
And it's in the land, so not many things deal with lands for enchantments.
Ooh, Ferocious Lake. Hey, it's all you pay for. It's not dual because you pay for it. So
it's like a pseudo filter land.
You're right.
Most filter lands have a pay color, swap it to 2 different colors.
Branching Evolutions.
That card's actually a really good card for a lot of counter decks because when you pick counters, you just put more counters on your
Yeah,
creatures.
the rad counters, right? That was
Yeah.
the thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No cool switch for
Junktown.
Right? I think this card's new.
The junk token mechanic, I think, is unique to Temple of the Commanders.
Yeah.
Temple of Enlightenment.
It's an interesting card. This are referred to as Scry lands. Scry is kind of like the one that puts in your top from your top of your deck to your graveyard.
Right.
But instead, it stays on top of deck or it goes on the bottom of your deck, which it's all right. The downside, it doesn't have the 2 basic land types where
Right.
the other ones from the previous Karlov Manor set has. So that's one.
One with the Machine. Draw cards equal to the highest mana value among your artifacts you control.
So that could be very well in like artifact decks. Nope.
Oh, wait, I think I saw something cool. Hey.
Arcane Signet, but it's the little Pit Boy version of it. So that's awesome, yeah. This is a normal Arcane Signet in this set that isn't a borderless one, so that's pretty good right off the bat. And then you got...
Ooh. This is interesting. What is this?
So that's what the special showcase looks like in this. It looks like
like the
Yeah.
mystery ones from the Mansion set.
yeah. And I know
That
the
looks
higher
beautiful.
rarities are going to be the showcase surge foils. So the surge foils are the wavy foiling on it, like from the previous cards you had. But
That looks great. Yeah, this is so fun.
Right.
Radiation.
I think that was the last rare in your pack, or last
At the
card.
beginning of your pre-combat phase, if you have any rad counters. Okay, so this is the new mechanic.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so that was what pack. That was not bad. I would say between the Arcane Signet, which Arcane Signet is a commander staple card, pretty well. Especially if you're running 2 or more colors, it's like almost a necessity.
Now, did I lose money on that pack, or did I?
I think you broke fairly even.
Okay.
Nothing
oh.
Oh, talking about misprints and issue like factory errors.
I got crinkle cutted.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can show that to the stream. Look, crinkle cuts, guys.
Yeah.
Is that bad? Is that good? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I mean, there's definitely markets for it. Especially, I know there's in particular people out there that get misprint or factory issue errored lands. That's what they do. They just collect all like the lands that have issues with them. So there's definitely on the secondary market in certain forums and everything. People might be interested.
Which way do I go? Which
You
way?
got that's the right way.
This way? All right.
I think it's good.
Yeah, that's a crinkle cut swap land. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Nuclear Fallout.
That card's actually really solid. I think that card's very playable in the game.
Each player gets X rad counters. That's awesome, and it's beautiful. Like these collector packs, even the other ones are really good.
Even this every pack
Wear
you've
and
opened so
tear.
far. Too. I think this one, because the arrows are pointing towards each other, I think you can play both of them. We'll see on the very bottom of the card if you can play both of them at the same time.
Free War Former Wear. Sentry Bot. Okay.
Vault 87.
Forced Evolution.
So sagas, the way they work is when you play them, they come with a counter on them, and the CS has 1, then 2, and 3. After you draw, you put another counter, so you progress on. So it's the card's telling a story. So as you read it, the abilities kind of make a storyline.
Nice. Is it double-sided? No, it's single-sided.
Yeah.
Okay, Human Soldier. From Autumn. Lifelink. Probably not a good commander. Well, he has Lifelink. I don't know what Exploit does.
Exploit is when you, I think you can sacrifice a creature to do something, and then of course when you exploit, something happens.
Whenever creature you control exploits a creature, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Okay, that can
So
get
yeah,
kind of
so
wonky.
you could sack a creature, pretty much put counters on everything. Casualties of War. I love it because the original one didn't have little pips on it, the original version, because it's a reprint or reskin of it. So before they did the little bullet points, it read as one like continuous sentence. So it was like destroy one, do this, do this, and you're like, oh, come on.
Choose one or more because you
Yeah,
can do all of them.
so you read it and you're like, does it destroy enchantment? Oh yeah, right there.
Good quote too. The war never changes.
That's cool.
Legendary artifact robots. Okay.
Why it's also been a good receiving of artifact support. So the fact that it's a artifact white creature, so there's a lot of decks that could use it. I think people have been looking at this card, but it's pretty cool.
The set's still fairly new, so people are still working on it.
Mystic Forge has been just a good card in general. It's had a lot of play in Magic. The fact that it can talk about artifact support, this one lets you cast artifacts on top of your deck and everything. So, and that's like one of the highest versions of it too. So that's awesome.
Scorched Divide, no one of those dual lands.
Yeah, the little like filter land things. Ooh.
Single combat.
I think that card was a card originally printed in War of the Spark. It's been getting, so it's cool that it has this Fallout version of it. Marshall King, yeah. Also.
All right, did I get the $800 card?
Ooh, Soul Ring. That card, I think base version is like $20 by itself.
Take it a Soul Ring.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I do like that art. That's all that matters. What the hell is that?
So instead of saying colorless, those are known as waste. So waste is a specific. So anything could be kind of like, in Pokemon, any energy we use as colorless. To specify what colorless is, because there's cards, I think, in Battles in a card that introduced things that had to be played with specifically colorless mana. So this is what they show for colorless mana.
Well, I got a Vault Point. That's what I wanted.
And I think that's.
I wanted a Vault.
I know there's like 8 people here that want that card. So,
I got a Vault
luckily,
Point.
nobody knows about this, and luckily this wasn't being live streamed or.
Yeah, no one's watching in the back, right?
Yeah.
Radstorm.
That was not bad.
Storm? What? Oh,
so Storm. So for each spell you cast that turn, you get to copy it, and that's even your opponents too.
Okay.
So
it's hard to tell the color. It's on the outside. It's very subtle, but it's hard to tell the color.
And that was it. No, but again, that Soul Ring made it a profit. So
I wanted a
I
Vault
mean,
Boy. Yeah.
2 packs. Randomly.
I got a bobblehead and a Vault Boy.
And I know 5 people, like, to get people back there right now, the fact that you got the Soul Ring one, when I've seen people been trying to open it, and like they've been buying packs, and because we were limiting how many packs we got because we only got such a small quantity.
Yeah.
The fact that
you got 2 boxes, I think, right?
Yeah.
And Casey asked for 50.
Yeah, we picked, like, if there was a max button, we clicked max.
Max.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyway, I'll switch back to here. So, yeah, Cody, thanks so much, dude.
No problem.
Awesome. Your knowledge of Magic overall is so impressive, and I'm really happy to have you here because I would have just been like, pretty card. So I'm really happy you were here. I want to thank everyone who stayed on for this 4-hour-long live stream, especially Cody.
Yeah.
Taking time out of his day to help us here at the Sorting Board. Please check them out if you're in your California, Northern California, Mendocino County. Huge, helpful staff, board games, comics, cards, collectibles, everything you can think of here. Stop by, give them a holler, support your local gaming store, and yeah, that's it. Thanks, man, again.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.